Hello, boys and girls. I'm Willow. Welcome to another Hi-5 ranking video. Wow, so this is going to be so much fun because I love doing videos like this to ramble and talk. I know it's annoying, but it's actually really funny also at the same time. So today, like, I know I am wearing a t-shirt which is not good, but I feel kind of hot. I'm not actually sick or cold or anything. But you might feel my laryngitis or whatever, but I'll be fine. Oops, sorry guys, I'm just adjusting something. Hang on. So today, we are going to be ranking Hi-5 songs of the weeks. Yay! So, sorry guys, let me fix my chair. So this is going to be so much fun. So obviously I am not sticking to the other cast because I just didn't grow up with them. It's not that I want to rank series 11, 12, and 13, but I am just sticking to the original cast again. That's where they started Hi-5 and all of that. So I will once again be only doing series 1 to series 10. It's not that I want to do the other seasons. It's just that I feel I didn't grow up with them, so I'm sorry. If you want to rank the other ones, you can go for it. But for me, I honestly have just been grown up with. I just grew up a lot with the original cast of Hi-5, so the Hi-5 OG cast. So the original cast, it was just a childhood for me, and you need it. So yeah. So first up, okay, so S means it's really, really good. A means is really also good, but not as great. Not as good as the first bit, but it's still as close second. B, it's also decent. It's not as good, but it's not as bad either. So it's B's like in the middle somewhere, in mid tier. C tier, it's not good. Like, but it's still alright. So I'll give it in C. D, it means it's being really bad. Like, I don't want to say the rest of the Hi-5 stuff has been bad because then I would feel bad. I don't want to do that. But let's see how I go with the ranking. Fingers crossed I don't put anything in D. So first up, we obviously got Games, which was the very first Hi-5 songs of the week. Came all the way from series 1. Which was Ready or Not, was the songs of the weeks. But the theme of the songs of the week is called Games. But unfortunately, I wasn't happy with this Hi-5 songs of the week from a good start. It wasn't probably a great start for me. I'll tell you why. I put it in B because I felt like it wasn't really as a games kind of thing. You know, for example, the first episode that we got was called Fantasy. Now that didn't give me any games or nothing, and I wasn't happy about that. Like, it just, I was actually kind of disappointed. I was looking for games. I wasn't looking for like, instead of games, this gave me imagination week vibe instead of games. This did not give me any game vibes, but I did put it in B because I still find it alright. It is still kind of imagination games, but I don't feel it. I'm sorry. So the first one was called Fantasy, which is just basically about imagination. Um, so Kelly and Chad pretend to be astronauts on the moon. Charlie pretends to be the moon bunny. So they all kind of imaginate things instead of, playing actual games in real life of activities. They didn't get to do that, which is not good. That's why I feel like it wasn't as a great to start of them. It was only a good start, but not great. I wanted it to be great, but unfortunately not. Nathan tries on different shaped wings. Charlie turns her hands into a butterfly. I mean, it's cute, but again, it's just giving me imagination vibes instead of, I don't like that. Because if you want to go to imagination, you might as well go to Dream On. You might as well skip all the other songs of the weeks and go to Dream On, which I will talk about later as well. But I'm talking about Ready or Not, and that didn't give me that. I'm sorry. That was just not good. That was just kind of pissing me off a bit. Because it's like, if you want something and then beggars can't be choosers, that's pretty shitting me. I'm sorry. But, nah. But yeah, nah. But anyway, it is what it is. So Tim, is his segment's next. Kelly Charlie and Kathleen make sounds of the beach and the city. Charlie pretends to be different city vehicles. Kathleen pretends to be a pirate looking for treasure. Okay. Charlie digs for buried treasure. Speaking of buried treasure, it's one of the songs of the week from Series 3, which I will also talk about later. There's a lot to talk about, which, like, it's a lot of ramble. I can't. But I might also go on. But I might also go on into the next part, so don't worry. This won't just be the whole part. This will be part 1, definitely. And then sharing stories, Nathan tells us a story about 4 friends, the 4 of them that travel by a flying carpet to funny places. Now, it is cute, but it was just giving me imagination. I get that the episode was called Fantasy, but it wasn't giving me any games. So, nah, that's not good. Like, it is cute for kids, but, like, if you're gonna start growing up and understanding, you will understand. That's not good if it wasn't in games. Actual, like, board games, or, like, didn't give me that sort of vibe. Maybe I probably liked... Okay, I'll talk about it now. So the second episode was called Outside. Kathleen is going to the beach and Chop Chop helps her to take something to play. Charlie jumps over some beach rocks. Nathan and Kelly play with beach balls. Yeah, so Charlie jumps over some beach rocks. Yeah, I said that already. Charlie throws an imaginary beach rock. See, again, it's imaginary. I don't like that. Like, give me something real. I want something real, not imaginary. Oh, nah, that's not good. So Kelly and Chats tries to guess things that Kelly found in the rainforest. Okay. Charlie pretends to be an owl. Nathan makes sea animals using shapes. Charlie swims in different ways. And then another sharing story. Tim tells us a story about 4 friends who play with a parachute. I mean, yeah, we are getting somewhere because it is sort of a game. I am happy about that, but I am not happy. But I am not happy about most of this episode again. Only some of the things, but I'll take it. It's fine. I'll take the sharing stories part, not the segment parts, because it didn't give me any games. Now, Rainy Days, which was only the 3rd episode. Kelly just makes sounds of rainy days. Yeah, I guess it's a rainy game. That's cute. I'll actually give it that. Charlie taps like drops of rain. Yeah, that's cute. That's the same thing as well. It's also a really good game. Nathan and Kathleen put on a magic show, turning shapes into different things. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Charlie drives different vehicles in a zigzag way. Okay. Tim and the Hi-5 band sing a song softly, loudly, fast, and slowly. Yes, they're playing a song game. That's cute. Then Charlie plays hopscotch. Yeah, that's a game. There you go. That's more like it. That's probably my favourite part of the Songs of the Week and now. Now, Kathleen and Kelly play a game made by Drop. Oh, wow. See, now we're getting somewhere. This is probably my favourite Hi-5 episode of at least this Songs of the Week. I would actually say Rainy Day is probably my favourite of this Songs of the Week. So, episode 3 is my favourite, guys. We haven't even got to episode 4 and 5 yet. I'm so sorry. Charlie plays hopscotch again, but this time using her fingers. Okay. Yeah. I felt like Charlie should have had another different segment which would have been better. I am kind of disappointed with that because it's not thinking outside the box and doing something about it. But I'll take it, it's fine. At least it's still a real game, but you're doing something else with it. And I don't like that, but it's still good, it's fine. At least you're getting out of the way. You should have done something else. But anyway, I still like that segment too. Then sharing stories, Kathleen tells a story about 4 friends that make an indoor beach. Okay, yeah, that's a good story too. I like it. Okay, let's go to episode 4. Move it quicker. So physical. So I don't know if you should call it physical, but okay. As in sport, Nathan hides behind and inside shapes. Charlie hides and jumps out. Kathleen plays Skittles. Charlie pretends to be Skittles. So Skittle, it's like a kid's game, a slang for bowling. Basically, bowling, but they don't want to call it bowling. I don't like that. But Skittles, it is like, it's cute, but it's basically for older people saying slang of bowling. So yeah, you can say that. Tim shows Kelly and Nathan some musical animal sounds. Cute. Charlie imagines being a hippo. Yeah, those are one of my favorite segments from Charlie because it's really funny. Because I know it's not giving me a game vibe, but that's also one of my favorite segments, which is funny. Kelly and Chad's guess whose hat they have. Yeah, I love that segment too. Charlie shows us different coloured hats. Nice. And then sharing stories. Tim tells us a story about three friends who play with the rope in different ways. Okay. And then we got something blue, and then they sing Jump Forward, Jump Back from the album, which is one of their best songlets, and also danced by the whole cast in Dancers Volume 1, which I really liked. Very cute. In Hi-5 Dancers Volume 1. Yeah. And then the last episode of Songs Week is Silly Day. Ooh. So Nathan can dress up as cone puppets. They also did the same thing in Series 2, I believe. Which, again, it's not outside the box. But no, I like the Series 2 version too. It's still cute. And the Series 1 version, yeah. Both of them. I have to compare them as well. Charlie turns and spins, making circles. Kelly and Chad become laughing clowns. Yeah, that was also in Move Your Body DVD, I think. Yeah, it's also really funny. Charlie talks to her reflection in the mirror. Tim, Kelly, Nathan play silly musical games while Kathleen is the judge. Oh yeah, that's funny. Charlie plays in the fingers and toes Olympics. Kathleen makes a pinball game. Charlie races herself. And then Kelly tells us a story about four animals. Charlie was a lion, Nathan was a frog, Tim was a penguin, and Kathleen was an elephant. That race in a silly way together. So they race differently. For example, an elephant is slow, a lion is too fast, a penguin is too scared, and a frog that's just too jumpy, I'd say. Maybe in a nervous way also. That's what it also means for jumpy. But also as in a jumpy way, like the frog keeps jumping. But yeah. So overall, I loved this Songs of the Way, but I put it in B because it. The reason why I put it down in letter B, in the middle, was because it didn't give me any games vibes of the Songs of the Week. The only Hi-5 episode I probably still stood out is episode 3, Rainy Days. I love that Hi-5 episode so much. That was probably my favorite Hi-5 episode now that I just talked about. Episode 3 is my favorite, guys. So yeah. Now we're gonna go up to the next Songs of the Weeks. Let me just find it. Hang on. So you and me, basically, okay? I can't even find it. Oh, here it is. You and me. Well, I guess I'll also put it in B, because I also found the Songs of the Week very basic, to be honest. Like, I really don't know. Like, okay. Tim and Nathan, okay, so the next episode is Dimensions. Tim and Nathan dress up. What am I saying? Oh my god. Tim and Nathan dance up and down with a music box. Okay, yeah, that's a good dimension. Charlie shows the in and the in. Oh my god, I can't even talk today. Charlie shows the in and the out. Chats put a door and Kelly knocks and walks in. And then she gets a TV after that. It's very cute. That's a good dimension as well because you're going in and out. It's like you and me. Yeah, I get that. Charlie shows up. Charlie shows the up and the down like a jack in the box. Okay. The you and me, but it's a tall version. Okay. Charlie sings the ABC song. Okay, they're just shoving all this extra stuff in the episode. They don't need to keep doing that. But if it is rare, you can do that. But don't really keep doing that. And then Nathan puts flower pots high, down, low, and in between. Charlie takes big and little steps. Then she dances in the Russian way. Okay. Well, I think that's too much. Kathleen ties balloons according to the color of ribbons. Charlie puts 3 balloons up high, higher, and even higher. So even higher with 1, 2, and 3, yeah. And then sharing stories, we got Kathleen tells us a story about a tree who gets sad because he couldn't grow like the other trees, basically. A bird Charlie was a bird, and two kids helped him. So yeah, and then two kids help him. Yeah, it is cute, but it's sad. Yeah, that's okay. I liked this episode, but it didn't really. I didn't really feel that episode as well, to be honest. Like, I don't know, but it's still cute. Let's go to languages, cultures, and countries now. Episode 6, I liked the diamond. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Dimensions, dimensions, uh, dimensions, and then now languages, cultures, and countries. Kelly tells chats about a place called Fiji. Yeah, that was also included in the DVDs as well. Charlie shows how different the sun and the moon are. Tim learns different ways to say hello and goodbye along with the alphabet. Ben. Charlie says hello with the body signs. And again, you and me tour version. You don't need to keep adding that. Nathan makes different buildings using shapes. Charlie opens an imaginary door and goes into an igloo. Again, it's an imaginary. You don't need to keep doing that. Chop Chop helps Kathleen to remember how to count in Japanese. Oh, okay, that's a new one. That's a new thing. Then Charlie counts using her hands, feet, and head. And then sharing stories, Kelly tells us a story about a polar bear that travels to the city with the cats. So yeah, I love that. So yeah. Then we go to seasons. Tim makes sounds for each season. Charlie pretends to be the sun. Kelly's favourite season is autumn, and Chatz's favourite one is spring. Chatz's favourite season is spring. Charlie plays with autumn leaves, and then again Charlie sings the alphabet song. The ABC song. They don't need to keep shoving all the extra stuff, extra footage in there. They don't need to keep doing that. Why do they always do that? And then Nathan and Kelly, Nathan singing. Then Nathan and Kelly show a storm, rain, and a sun and a rainbow. Nice. It's cute. When Charlie paints a rainbow, Kathleen matches seasons with things from them. Then Charlie imagines being in every season. Then sharing stories, Nathan tells us a story about a weather report. And then they're all watching her on TV. That they were all watching on TV. Yeah, nice. So it's like a weather report. Cute. And then You and Me, which I felt like that should have been the last episode, but it's episode 9. The second last episode, that Songs of the Week. Only the 4th episode in that Songs of the Week. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I was just reading something from a trivia on Wiki Fandom. It's very interesting as well. Anyway, then episode 9 we got Tim and Kathleen make different rhythms. Charlie claps her hands and taps her feet. Kelly and Chats put on a wig to look like each other. They did the same thing also with series 2, with the next season. It's crazy. Then Charlie tries on different hats. Again, You and Me, and tour version, and Charlie sings the ABC song. They always do that. Why? That just wastes the whole time of the episode so that you can get distracted on something else. That's why I don't want them to keep doing that. And it's too overwhelming. I hate it. It's not that I didn't want those two things to get added, but it's over and over and over. Like, I hate it. No more. And then Nathan compares his feet with Kathleen's feet. Okay? I have to say that was a basic segment though, but it's still cute. Then Charlie compares her hands with the hands printed on the floor. Then Kathleen makes some fruit for a picnic. Charlie wears a hat with decorating fruits on. Nice. Then Kelly tells us a story about a hurt kangaroo. That they all try to help her. So Nathan was a dingo, Tim was an emu, and Kathleen was a mouse. They all try to help the hurt kangaroo. So that was also included in one of the DVDs, I think. But yeah, nice. Overall, it's nice. Okay, episode 10. So Kelly and Chats learn about pumpkins and watermelons. Charlie looks for the biggest pumpkin for dinner. Okay, guys, sorry, let me read again. So Kelly and Chats learn about pumpkins and watermelons. So they look at the difference. Then next, Charlie looks for the biggest pumpkin for dinner. Nathan finds 3 owl cards. 3 different apples, 3 different balls, and 3 cushions. So it was all 3. Charlie moves to the music and sits on a cushion when the rhythm stops. And then again, they had to shove the 2 same segments over and over and over. You and Me tour version, Charlie sings the ABC song, they over and over and over. I think that's enough now. And then him and the Hi-5 band make musical puppets. Yeah, that's nice as well. That's really cute. Charlie shakes the musical puppets, and Kathleen makes a picture with different coloured and different sized fish. And Charlie goes fishing. Then sharing stories. Charlie tells the story about a platypus that wants to know what kind of animal he is. Tim the emu, and Kelly the wallaby, and Kathleen the possum try to guess. I mean, you shouldn't have to guess. It's a platypus, basically. So why? Yeah, so they kept adding all the filler songs. You don't need to fill in everything. They didn't like that at all. Yeah, so overall, guys, pardon me. Yeah, so overall, yeah, this hype of songs of the weeks was very basic for me because it wasn't giving me like a friendship in these songs. Like I don't know, it was sort of like definitely the exact same thing. I would say, I don't know how to say for the songs of the week, but it's sort of exactly the same thing they've done in the last songs like that they've just done. The games and You and Me, they did the exact same thing. It wasn't giving me what I was wanting as much, but it's still alright as well. So I also give it a B. Overall, if it wasn't my favorite episode, I would say, I don't know. I don't know what my favorite episode would actually be. I would say that, I don't know. I'd say episode 10 is my favorite. I like the wonderful episode, which they didn't really think of anything else. But yeah. Now we are going to Dream On. Dream On is, okay, no, I don't want to zoom in. Jeez. No. Oh my god. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to look for this. Oh, Imagine. Yeah, these were actually one of the best songs the week's ever got because I grew up with Dream On and all of that. First for Games and You and Me was just a basic songs of the week. Like the songs of the week's like I don't know why, but Imagine was different because they would give you a lot of themes. So that's the reason why I really like it, and I'll tell you why also. So this was about imagination for sure, and I loved it. And I really did. And some in the game songs of the week should have gave that to me, but that's what happens. You know, it is what it is. So the next episode is the 11th episode, episode 11. I would like to be. Kelly and Jets pretend to be in the circus. Charlie walks on an imaginary tightrope. Nathan wants to be a king and makes everything he needs out of shapes. Then Charlie in the box is ready to jump out. Tim and the Hi-5 band turn into mice and play a giant piano. Charlie is tall, small, and in between. Kathleen puts on a puppet show. Charlie does the puppet march. And then, sharing stories, Nathan tells us a story about a girl that tries to wake up her sleepy puppets. Yeah, so I really liked how they went with this episode. It's probably one of my favorite episodes of season 1. I have to tell you that. Yeah, that's a really good episode as well. Then episode 12 we got Nathan. Oh wait, let me just say the title is. So the next episode is. Oh, sorry. The next episode is I Would Like to Go. So they always try to keep giving you the same title, which I didn't really like that because it was just a bit boring. But overall, I still really love the songs of the week, so I'm glad about that. So yeah. So we got I Would Like to Be, I Would Like to Go. So Nathan imagines rowing along the Congo River. And Charlie slaps her legs as a drum. Chad tells Kelly about the flamenco dance. And then Charlie dances the flamenco. Like again after that. Then Tim sails down the river as the boat goes by. Swish as the boat goes by. I am actually so upset with this Hi-5 franchise of the original because there was an interview, Jump and Jive with Hi-5, I think. They were, I think, doing something with them, and that should have been an actual songlet for the album. Oh, and I can't believe we didn't win that, and I'm so upset about that. I'm actually so upset about that. I'm actually still even upset even to this day. Sailing Down the River should have been the songlet for that Hi-5 album, or even It's a Party. That it should have been in one of those two albums. I'm so pissed right now. But anyway, I love that song from them. Those are probably one of my favourite songlets ever from the original cast. Ever. Even just from Series 1. I don't care. Why didn't they release that song? If it was me, I would even make the whole song. Like, over again. Like, why didn't they do anything for that? I really don't. Like, yeah. Anyway, then Charlie floats and races down the river as the boat goes by. Sorry, my tongue is flying away. And then Kathleen dresses up like a clown and walks on a tightrope. And Charlie juggles with clothes. Then next is the sharing stories again. Kelly tells us a story about a girl who was about to travel and her friends and give her things she might need. Oh yeah, that's cute, yeah. And then again, no, I don't want to copy anything. Okay, sorry guys. Next we got episode 11 now, episode 12. So episode 13 is I would like to make. Nathan turns his broom into a friend called Brommy. I think that's how they pronounce it, Broomy. Broomy or Brommy? Broomy. Then Charlie sweeps his space with Brommy. Then Broomy. And then Kathleen makes a hat stand out of tubes. The Drop turns it into a robot. Oh, come on. Then Charlie turns to be a robot. Tim and Hi-5 Band make together a music machine with different sounds. Speaking of music machine, which I was so disappointed when I was doing that ranking video, because it was like, they should have done it better, but yeah, there wasn't putting any effort into it. Then Charlie plays an imaginary trombone. Kelly pretends to be a prince that tries to rescue Rapunzel on the island. So Chatsels Rapunzel on the island. Yeah, I love that segment. That's so funny. Then Charlie leaves an island by swimming, and then sharing stories. Kathleen tells us a story about 4 friends who travel by an imaginary underwater train. Oh yeah, that's so cute. Wow, I love it. Yay. So, we got episode 14. I would like to say Chats learns how to say sombrero. Oh my god. What the shit? Like, I'm trying to freaking talk. Chats learns how to say sombrero while Kelly wears one. Sombrero. Charlie then surrounded a big sombrero. Jim and Hi-5 Band replace words of a song with sounds. Charlie sings a song along with moves, and then again there's another filler. You don't need to add another filler song. That's just a waste of an episode. Sings the alphabet song again. Then Kathleen tries to be. Oh, okay, sorry guys. Then Kathleen tries to be the tallest person in Hi-5, which is also including the DVDs. Charlie is tall, small, and in between. Wasn't that already a repeated segment? I'm confused. Anyway, then Broomy has moved away with Nathan. Oh no. Let me read again, guys. I'm so sorry. Broomy has moved away, and Nathan misses her. So he replies her message. Charlie pretends to be a broom, and then sharing stories. Kathleen tells us oh my god, I can't even talk. Kathleen tells us a story about a new friend in town who just sings instead of talking. Okay. Nathan Gelly sing along with him. Yeah, that's way too much. That story was just, I don't know why they went with that concept, but it's still cute. No, yeah, it's still cute. And then episode 15 is I Would Like to Change. Kelly and Chats imagine being fairies smaller than the flowers. Then Charlie spins around. Nathan becomes a magician and makes a tower out of boxes. Charlie hides behind a cape and jumps out. and then Charlie sings the ABC song again. They always put the fillers. Stop putting the fillers inside. Days in almost every single episode in Series 1. They always do that. That's too much. No. Because I don't need to worry about Charlie's ABC. They also did that in Series 7. They did that in the album. But why not the Sail Down the River song? I'm upset about that now. That's pathetic. I'm sorry to say that here, but that's pathetic. It should have been added also in the album because I love that songlet. Why didn't they put into thinking like that? I don't even know what they were thinking when they were doing those albums. But not Sail Down the River. Maybe they thought that it wasn't good enough. They should have tried harder in putting that songlet in. Why? We lost victoriously bad. It's not good. Now it's always Charlie's ABC and Nathan's jump forward, jump back, but not all the other songlets. Why? Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. And just it's frustrating, and it's like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Then anyway, sorry guys, it's just frustrating. You don't get what you want. It's like, I don't know. Did I say Charlie hides behind the game jumps out? Okay. Yeah, I did. Then Tim pretends to use a magic box to change himself into different musical instruments. Nice. Then Charlie makes sounds of a big bell and a small one too. Okay. And Kathleen finds a magic wand, which she hopes will help her clean up the mess in her space. And then Charlie plays with the magic wand. And then Tim tells us a story about a worm who wants to be invisible and asks the owl for help. And a bird, the bird and another worm are going to be victims of Nathan's tricks. What? What do you mean they're going to be victims of Nathan's tricks? Oh my god, that's funny. That is so freaking funny. I'm so sorry. They are the victims, though. They are all the victims. I don't want to say that, but you know, they are all the victims. They are all of the victims. You know what? I actually now really don't know what is my favorite episode of this Songs of the Week, but this Songs of the Week was my favorite, guys. Even though I didn't get the songlets that I won, but this was still probably my favorite Songs of the Week. Imagine. But Games and You and Me is fine, you know. Yeah. So, sorry guys, let me just have a look quickly. Sorry, I paused there for a minute, guys. Yeah, so my favourite Hi-5 episode was definitely I Would Like to Change. So that, yeah, because it was like really funny. Not just because of the victim part, but I loved it like Sigmund there as well. Like, I don't know. I just love it. Okay, so I'm looking at the next Songs Week right now. I'm looking right through that. So the next Songs Week is Love. And I absolutely love this Songs of the Week. It's not that I want to put it first, then Imagine, but I love. Get it? LOV. I love this Songs of the Week. Next, yeah, I also put in S tier. Is so excellent. Because it is one of the best songs like put from Series 1 ever. I have to say. Like, they give you one of the best love themes. They give you one of the best love dynamics. So, I love it. So, yeah, episode 16 is favourite things. And I love all of their favourite things as well. So, Kelly shows Chats a very tutu. Charlie stretches her body. Nathan loves donuts and makes a work of art to remember them. That's funny. Yeah, I love his segment. Then Charlie listens to her heartbeat. And then Tim and the Hi-5 band make music with popcorn. Charlie pretends to be popcorn. Kathleen looks for a place to put her cuddly toys. And Charlie tidies up her imaginary things. And then sharing stories. Kathleen tells us a story about a child who loves donuts and a genie. Oh, wow. So we're going up to Nathan's segment, going up to that story. Maybe this is about Kelly Nathan's story. Wow. I love that. Yeah, so Kathleen tells a story about a child. Nathan was a child who loves donuts, and a genie, Kelly was a genie, arrives to make... sorry, guys. Yeah. So Kathleen tells us a story... Sorry, guys, I'm just keep starting over. Kathleen tells us a story about a child who loves donuts, and a genie arrives to make Nathan's wishes come true. The child's wishes come true. But he ends tired of donuts, and he even asks his friends to keep the donuts away. Well, I mean, one of the kids did say they're not good for you, but I love this episode. Absolutely. Oh my god. Okay, the next episode is very basic, but it's a very cute episode as well. It's called Pets. Just pets. Okay, so Chat guesses which animal Kelly is making with a balloon. Charlie pretends to be a balloon. Chop Chop helps Kathleen to know what her ideal pet is. Yeah, that's cute. And then Charlie imagines how it would be if she had an elephant or a lion as a pet. Yeah, it would be pretty massive. Then Tim plays a piano that makes animal sounds. Sounds giant. And then Charlie does the funky chick dance. Yeah, she also. Oh my gosh, she did that like 3 times. Wait, didn't she do that like 3 times? She did that in series one. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Wait, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait, because she done this. Because she done this 3 times, and it's because I love it. I love it. I'm sorry. Um, like, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Wait, hang on. Um, I think she did it definitely in series 7. I can keep thinking about that now. And I think series 2 I forgot in series 1. So she done that 3 times, that song there. But that should have also been included in the album. Oh, I'm so disappointed now. Bounce into the funky choke, like the wings and the da 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 da. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so disappointed in getting included in the album. That's shit. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. That's okay. Yeah, Charlie does the funky chick dance. And then Nathan turns some boxes into a dog. Charlie pretends to be a dog. And then Nathan tells us a story about a turtle afraid of darkness inside her shell. Her friends, the duck, the dog, and a bird help her to overcome her fear. Yeah, oh, that's so cute. But that was also included in the DVDs. Yeah, I was happy about that. Yeah. So next episode we got is Tim's birthday. Oh my god, this was probably like my favorite episode in the Love Week, and probably favorite things was were my favorite episodes. I love pets too, but you know Tim's birthday was just a memory. I love it. So Tim makes a song about his birthday and sings it along with the Hi-5 band. Charlie plays with the dancing ribbon. Nathan makes a present out of dough for Tim. Okay, so Nathan makes a present out of dough for Tim. And Charlie wraps a hug for Tim. Kelly and Jats think about a game to play together at Tim's birthday party. Okay. Then Charlie plays Stop and Go. Speaking of Stop and Goes, also in a series of 9 Hi-5 Songs of the Weeks, which I love, they went with a traffic light theme, which is cute, like communication theme, which I'll get onto that later on, way later on. Then Kathleen wraps up a squeeze box for Tim. Oh, that's cute. Then Charlie draws heart shapes. Yeah, I love that. And then Kelly tells us a story about 4 friends, you know, the Hi-5 original Hi-5 friends that make a surprise birthday party for Tim. So yeah, this was probably my favorite episode in the Love Week. Yeah. And then the next episode we got is episode 19 we got is Family. Again, it's a basic title, but it's called Family, but again, it's cute. Kelly and Chats talk about babies. Charlie sings about babies. The Hi-5 band helps Tim to describe his noisy family. Then Charlie splashes in the bathtub. Kathleen shows us a box full of things she found on the beach. Then Charlie makes funny faces. Nathan and Kathleen make some faces using the veggie family. Or was that Kelly? Wait, wasn't Kelly in it? Oh, forgot. I thought that was Kelly was in it. I forgot. It's Kathleen, yeah. Yeah, I forgot because I didn't watch these in a while. I keep forgetting who's in it and who sometimes there's two parters with Nathan. There's sometimes one-on-one with him. Oops, sorry guys. Sorry again. So yeah, um, yeah, sorry, yeah. I thought that was Kelly in it, but it's Kathleen. Yeah, I'm happy that they're both in it. Then Charlie moves like a pumpkin would do. Yeah, just rolling, rolling, rolling. And then Kathleen tells the story about a family of bunnies that find the best grass ever. Well, it's not about finding the best grass. It's not about finding the best grass, bunnies. It's about having the best animal family, or any family, the best you have. It's about being together as a family. Even in animals' family as well. Very cute. Yeah. And then episode 20 is Silly Day. Again, it's like episode 5 we got in the game songs way, but that's fine. They can't think of anything creative, which is not good, but whatever. Yeah, so Silly Day is next episode. So Drop gives Kathleen some animal things to dress up, which is very creative. I love that. Which is probably the best part of this episode, actually. Then Charlie pretends to be a seal. Nathan and Kelly do the veggie march. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was the segment I was thinking about. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was specifically thinking of this segment. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the segment. And then Charlie matches. Charlie marches in a circle and on the spot. Then Tim makes a song for his dog, and the Hi-5 band believes it is for each of them. Oh yeah, that's cute. It's also including the DVDs. I think of Move Your Body. I think Summer Rainbows. I think I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Then Charlie pretends to be a dog. Uh, Kelly dresses up with clothes of different kinds. Yes, that is really silly. No wonder. And then Charlie dresses up in a silly way. And again, no more with the filler songs because they've put that so many times. Oh, that's too much. I love Charlie's alphabet footage song, but it's way too much in almost every single episode. It's over and over and over. Then sharing stories, Nathan tells us a story about a land where bunnies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Nathan tells us a story about a land where babies look after grown-ups. I love this story because they make it so creative and it's so silly. I love it. Oh my god. Yeah, but my favorite episodes, I will say this was the best songs of the week ever. Love. One best word ever in life. Love. L-A-V-E, love. Okay. Yeah, this was probably my favorite in series 1. I love it. Love it. Speaking of love. Yeah. So oh wow, it was revealed that Timmy has a dog named Jock. That's interesting. I love that. Oh, cute. So yeah, this was probably definitely my favorite songs of the week ever. It's just Games and You and Me didn't stand up for me that much. Versus Love and Imagine, it's just different. I love those two songs of the week so much, but especially the Love songs of the week. Love. Let's see. Yeah. Um. Yeah, so boys and girls, this was probably definitely absolutely my most favourite type of songs of the weeks ever from series 1. So yeah. So yeah. I had two favourite episodes in the songs of the week, so favourite things and what was the other episode? Tim's birthday. Those two were absolutely my absolute favourite episodes of the songs of the week. Yeah. So let's go up to the next songs of the week now is Grow. I'm gonna put it in A. Because it did give me some vibes a little bit, but it wasn't as best as those two songs of the week, so I'm sorry, but I still give it an A. It's just we all have our favourites, you know. But Grow, I definitely put it in A. Because it gave me that stretchy, dynamic vibe. It was probably the most dynamic songs we actually got. Grow, and we are growing. Growing should have been it, but they did that also in Series 8, which is a revamped sort of, but it's called Growing Up. But let's talk about Series 1. So the next episode, oh, sorry guys, right in front of the camera. So the next episode we got is Bodies Growing. This is episode 21. Bodies Growing. So Kelly and Chats talk about jelly and they do the belly wobble. Yes, that was also included in the Jump and Jive album. And Charlie does the jelly wobble. Tim and the Hi-5 band find drums out of cookware. Charlie has got clappers, slappers, and tappers. Then Nathan builds 2 bodies of boxes. Then he compares his body with Kathleen's one. Nice. And Charlie does some exercise to grow. Charlie does some exercise. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Charlie does some exercises to grow, and Kathleen looks for a bigger pair of shoes. Charlie listens to her Chatty Feet. Chatty Feet should have been also a songlet. Oh, I just found another songlet that should have been included in the album. Like, there's a lot from Series 1 that I love. Like, songlets. It is freaking crazy to me. Like, wow. Chatty Feet, Chatty Feet. And then Charlie tells the story about 2 noisy babies that grow more and more, and they get new friends like Kathleen and Nathan. Yeah. Ah, cute. Love that. Yeah, and you just get bodies growing. The next episode, again, it's basic, but it's animals. It's really cute. Episode 22. So Kelly finds an egg. Sorry that my recording again stopped, folks. Unfortunately, I really thought I was going to get a part 2 up to Series 2, but I'm still talking about Series 1 because there's just a lot. So here we are in part 2 of this. Is going to be a big video anyway. Yeah, big, full length ever. So yeah, the next songs I was talking about, sorry, I stopped there. So I was just talking about the other Hi-5 episode, in the next songs we grow. From Series 1, so Bodies Growing. Yes, I talked about it in that last little bit of the part, which is cute. So episode 22 now, Animals. So, Kelly finds an egg and Chats thinks about to... Sorry, let me read again, sorry. Sorry. So yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Kelly finds an egg and Chats thinks about how to teach the new bird inside it to fly. Okay, yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, so Kelly finds an egg and Chats thinks about how to teach the new bird inside it how to fly. And Charlie pretends to be a little bird that spreads its wings. Oh, cute. Yeah, it's also a songlet in Jump and Jive album. And Tim pretends to be a bird that helps other birds to find their singing. Then Charlie says grow several times. Why would you say that on the Wiki Venom? That is so rude. I mean, she does say it several times, but you know, but still, you can't just say that. Then Kathleen matches grown-up animal cards with kid animal ones. Oh, cute. And Charlie pretends to be a tadpole that becomes a frog. Nathan explains how a chicken is born from an egg. I love that. And then Charlie wonders about the births of some animals. And then Kelly tells us a story about 3 sheep that want to cross a bridge where the grumpy bunyip lives underneath. Yeah, okay. Nice. So let's go down now to episode 23, Building, which is, so episode 23, Building. Kelly and Chats build a cubby house for the Hi-5 band. Charlie builds an imaginary wall. Tim builds a place for himself to make noises without annoying anybody. So it's a lifting, shifting, yeah, okay. Charlie builds a box tower. Chop gives Kathleen stuff to build a tower. Then Charlie mixes and stirs imaginary items to make concrete and a cake. Okay. Then Nathan shows his house. Nathan shows how his house is and around it. Then Charlie goes on an adventure. Then Charlie tells us a story about a family where the mother is having a baby. So she and her husband decide to move to a bigger house, but their children don't want to. But their children don't want to because they're going to miss everything. Aww, that's so sweet. Aw, yeah, I feel the same way too. Then, yeah. Then the next episode we got is episode 24, Plants. Nathan shows how a flower grows, and however, he does sing this songlet, which is basically from WoW in Series 9 instead of Series 1. I would have preferred a Series 1 actually version better in there, but at least we still got this songlet in Series 9, which is an exclusive deluxe, which is a never before heard footage of the Hi-5 City WoW from Series 9, where they included the songlet in. That's really cute. Yeah. So as they grow, that's what it's called. Nathan shows how a flower grows. Charlie pretends to be a flower growing. Kelly and Chats wonder if plants grow when somebody talks to them. Oh wow. Then Charlie pretends to work in her garden. Tim sings to make his sunflower grow. So Nathan was a sunflower, he's a funny sunflower, by the way. Yeah. And Charlie grows like different plants. And Kathleen and Kelly plant mushrooms, expecting the fairies to come. Then Charlie gives her plants a magic sprinkle. Then Tim tells us a story about two daffodils and another red flower that wants to know what kind of flower she is until a boy calls her name. Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, I love that. And then let's go down to episode 25. Silly, again, which is very basic, but it's going to be cute. Yeah. So the cool cat again. So Nathan is a cool cat and does the caterpillar conga along with Life of Ben. Yeah, so yeah, it's included in the Drum and Jive album again. Wow. Yeah, it is. And then Charlie does the caterpillar conga. She also does the caterpillar conga. Then Kelly pretends to be a flower person and Chats pretends to be a plant person. Charlie moves to the wind. Tim plays silly music that makes Life of Ben grow. And Charlie remembers different things just by hearing different sounds. And then again, another same over and over filler. Charlie sings ABC song again. Oh my goodness, it's a lot. Then Kathleen bakes dough and it turns into bread. Charlie cheers up the dough to grow. And then Tim tells a story about a girl who lives in a cold place. Her mother wants to make a snowman, but Kelly just wants to get warm. Her friends, the penguin, Nathan, yeah. Her friends, the penguin and the polar bear, help her. Oh wow, I love it. Love it. So my favourite episode, I have to say the songs of the week, I feel like Bodies Growing was my favourite episode. Yeah. But overall, I put it in A because it wasn't giving me as much growing vibe as much as Love and Imagine songs of the week. I don't know. But instead, I'll just at least put it in A. It's still a really good songs of the week. So it's just not as ultimate. But, it is what it is. I put it in A. So, yeah. So the next songs of the week we got now is Move Your Body. And the theme is bodies. So I'm trying to get bodies. I can't even see the thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put it in A as well, like grow. Yeah, I'll put it in A because it did give me the dynamic also, so I'm going to put it in A. So the next Hi-5 episode is Faces. Chats lead Kelly to look like her. Charlie pretends to be red lipstick. Oh my goodness. Nathan draws different shape faces, which is the one head, one mouth. But Kathleen sings it apparently in the album where Nathan sings it in the series, which it's confusing one another who would do it, which I don't really like that. It's not confusing from one another, but it's confusing how you would know where to buy it from the album, who sings it. You would get confused who would do that, and it's not good. I don't know why they wouldn't credit off from the show and put it in the album, which is so weird. and it's while it was in series 2. Yeah, so Nathan sings One Head, One Mouth in the series, and Kathleen sings it in the album. Yeah, like, I don't know why they switch. I don't know why they switch people. Um, yeah, because they do that. I don't know why. Oh no. Wait, what? What? Wait, I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Okay, guys, I've just researched. So in episode 30 of this same Songs of the Week, in Also Move Your Body, but in episode 30, so Kathleen apparently she does sing this song there, but it is still different from the album, and Nathan's singing it in episode 26, which I still feel like Nathan did it first. It should have been better if Kathleen done it first. But yeah, I thought only Kathleen sang it in the album, but apparently she sang it in the series as well. So if it wouldn't have said, it would have said in the trivia. But yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. So then Nathan draws different shaped faces. Then Charlie counts the parts of the body. Then Tim plays happy, grumpy, and peaceful music. Then Charlie claps to catch mosquitoes. Ooh, interesting. Then Kathleen sorts her friends' faces to look at different spots. Then Charlie exercises her head and eye muscles. Yeah. Then Charlie tells us a story about a girl who hates her freckles, and her dad tries to make her feel better. Yeah, no, that's cute. I don't like also how the original cast can make absence also to be away from stories. I don't like that, but you know what? If there's not much to do, that's fine. But anyway, the next episode we got is Arms and Legs. Episode 27. So we got Kelly and Chats imagine how it would be if we had 8 legs like spiders. Which I know I'm scared of spiders, but you know. Yeah. Then Charlie pretends to be a spider. Kathleen sorts different footprint sizes. Charlie's feet dance tap. Then Tim helps the hyper band to keep the rhythm of the beat. Then Charlie reports for duty, and then she marches. Then Nathan and Kathleen wear a box as a belly. Then Charlie pretends to be a toy, and when someone presses a button, she flops down. But when they let the button go, she goes down. Okay. Kathleen tells us a story about a leprechaun who wants to be taller and asks his parents for help. Yeah, I love this episode so much because it gave it an Irish accent, almost a Scottish accent, but it's an Irish accent. It's so funny. Oh my god, it's so funny. I love this, not only episode, but I love this story especially. Like, I don't know, I just love it. It's funny. Yeah. So the next episode we got is Inside and Outside. So Kelly gets spots on her skin because of eating chocolate. Ah, I think this is where we knew what was happening with this Hi-5 episode, because I think Kelly's allergic to chocolates. I really hope that's true, not just making a story of the sick man. Because then I wouldn't really like how they would hide from something from the kids, how they're gonna learn this, or maybe it is actually true that Kelly's allergic to chocolates. You have to find out. Then Charlie puts imaginary dots and spots everywhere. Yeah. And then Tim makes a dinosaur skeleton out of cookware and makes music with the bones. Yes, music in my bones. So that's included also in this album as well, and from Jumpin' Chive. Then Charlie digs for dinosaur bones. Then Nathan looks for the perfect place to rest. Then Charlie sings the ABC song again, which is too much. It's over. It's always in a filler. I can't. They always fill it in. You don't need to keep filling that in. That's too much. Then Charlie plays the hula hoop. Then Kathleen turns her cupboards into a mouth and a tummy. Job makes her believe that the wall has come alive. Speaking of come alive, it's a Series 10 song. Songs of the week. Then Charlie rubs her tummy round and taps her head at a time. Oh my god, they do that. They always do that. People always do that. And then Nathan tells a story about a girl he can't stop tapping being heard by Kelly and Tim. It is a very basic story, to be honest. I could have liked a lot more in this next story, but that's okay. It's fine. It's still cute as well. So next episode we got is movement. Chad becomes Kelly's personal trainer. Charlie gets her knees ready to jump. Tim makes puppet music and the Hi-5 band pretends to be puppets dancing to the music. Then Charlie pretends to be a puppet. Then Broomy returns again. Brummy is back and visits Nathan. They meet Needle Noodle and make shapes together. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Then Charlie catches shooting stars. Kathleen looks for a costume to dance the belly wobble. Charlie looks at her belly while she breathes. Then Tim tells the story about 3 friends who find a magic stone that gives them amazing things. Wow. I love that. That is very creative story to make. Yeah, those are probably one of my favorite stories as well. So the next episode, again, it's called Wonderful, which it's confusing what episode is called Wonderful. That's why I felt like they should have named another title for this episode, which is not good. Why would you name this, again, also episode Wonderful? I get that this episode is wonderful, but why would you name that title of the same as the other episodes again? Like, don't do that next time. Okay, so anyway, we're in episode 30, the 30th episode of season 1. So Nathan becomes a half robot. Robot Charlie's controls circuits are confused. Okay, then Kathleen makes a gingerbread man. So this is where Kathleen sang the songlet One Head, One Mouth. We got a one head, one mouth, one chin, one nose. So she sang that songlet in an album as well. Yeah, so apparently she did sing it in the series. I didn't know that she didn't sing it in the series, so until I found out in this episode 30. So yeah. So Kathleen makes Kathleen makes a gingerbread man. Charlie pretends to chase a gingerbread man, and then she pretends to be a gingerbread man being chased. And then Tim turns his guitar into a friend looking for anybody to hear his song. Then Charlie shows us a bass guitar and a lead one. Ooh, a lead guitar, nice. Then Kelly and Chats talk about skin and sweat. Skin, it's the thing that we live in. Doesn't really not all cold. It keeps our insides in. Then Charlie takes care in the sun with sun cream, a hat, and a top. Then Charlie tells us a story about a butterfly that forgets the summer feast and doesn't have any food. Are we talking about A Bug's Life now? Because I feel like it's exactly like that. Oh my god, Kamala just freaking pointed that out. It's A Bug's Life Disney reference. Oh my god. No way. That's funny. Yeah, Charlie, oh my god. Charlie tells us a story about a butterfly that forgets the summer feast and doesn't have any food. Her friends, the bee, the fruit bat, and the possum, help her to get something to eat. Yeah, this is definitely a Bug's Life reference. Oh my god, that's so funny. I love that Disney Pixar as well. That is a total freaking reference. So yeah, I was going to say something in this Hi-5 episode. There was actually another songlet that was included in the album. However, in the sunscreen, whatever it's called, Charlie sang it in the series versus Kelly. She sang it in the album. Now that was very interesting. I'm actually so upset by that now because they didn't want Charlie to sing it in the album or Kelly to sing it in the series or whatever, either or. That is pretty upsetting to me actually. I find that a bit offensive as a Hi-5 fan to that. They shouldn't have executed that to make it the same. But no, they did. Oh, see, Kathleen also sang it. That's not good. So, I don't know why they got all 3 girls to sing in the album when it should have only been Charlie, like in the series. Or I thought that was only Kelly. I forgot. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, they shouldn't have done something that was in the album rather than in the series. I am a bit disappointed by that now. But you know what? It is beggars can't be choosers. That is just shit. I'm sorry. Sorry to say that, but you know, that was just shit to think, like, the execution. Why would they make the execution so different? They shouldn't have executed it well. They shouldn't have executed it like in the series or in the album. Why do they make the album so different that it's not canon from the series? Do not do that. Like, that's not good to take it away from something, turn it into something that hasn't been heard. Like, hasn't been heard from any, like, CD. Any CD. Hasn't been heard from any CD, never before heard. NBH or NBS, never been seen, never been heard. Like, I really don't know at this point. But, like, I don't know. Nah. But, you know, yeah, nah. But, yeah, you know, that's, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so, yeah, this was the songs of the week that I really loved so much. So that was Hi-5 songs of the week's Move Your Body. The reason why I put it in A was because I didn't really find any good dynamic in this songs of the week. It was also again a bit basic, but however I did put it in A. So kudos to that. You know, yeah. Then the next songs of the week is Colors, Living in a Rainbow. Yeah, I loved the songs of the week. I loved the songs of the week as well. It was very colourful. It was so dynamic. It was very flamboyant. Don't want to say it, but you know, this was so much fun and lively. I absolutely enjoyed the songs of the week. And I kept wanting to really watch this over and over and over. In fact, I loved it even more watching over and over. So that's why I put in S. Because you got colour themes that you wanted to engage, you know. You're gonna have to have that. So yeah, so the first Hi-5 episode in that Songs of the Week is episode 31 now. So the world is called The World, and then the next episode is called Your World. But let's talk about this episode now, The World. So Chats has a bad cold. She discovers along with Kelly a yellow mango and a red strawberry. Oh, nice. And then Charlie sneezes a lot. Charlie sneezes lots of times. Nathan paints shapes of sea creatures, and Charlie pretends to be different coloured sea creatures. Tim gets ready for a party with colourful clothes. Then Charlie does morning activities. Drop takes away some white flowers, and Kathleen has to send the flowers that are left to the Hi-5 van. Then Charlie pretends to be a sunflower growing. Okay, nice. Yeah, I didn't like this again because in why did they make the songlets so different and non-canon? That's not good. They made so Nathan's songlet, however, in this episode they got him to saying Shallow Waters in the series, but with Kathleen she's saying it in the album. Why do they keep changing that? That's not good. No, again that makes me so upset. That actually makes me even more upset than the Sun Cream song. Like, don't change the subject from a person. Don't change the subject because it ruins the whole concept and the execution. Please do not take that away from Nathan or Kathleen because that is not good. Anyway, like, I don't know. Then Tim tells us a story about a tiger that can't see any colour. Oh no. But Charlie the monkey, so a monkey, giraffe, and a lion invite her to a party near some coloured plants. Oh, I felt so sorry for this episode. This episode was so sweet. I loved the story a lot because the tiger, for example, they were concepting that they didn't, like, she couldn't see any colour. So her eye vision was probably different. So that's an example of a tiger. Yeah. Then the next episode we got It's your wheel. So Tim finds colours in a painting. Charlie describes the house and its colours. Kelly and Chats imagine being in a red sanded desert with a blue oasis. Then Charlie swims in different ways. And then again we got the same filler song again. Oh, stop adding it. They will always want to keep putting that. That is too much. Over and over and over. I love Charlie's alphabet song, Charlie's ABC, but they always keep adding it. No. Oh, they always put it over and over and over. Then Nathan makes a hyper flag with the things everyone likes. Charlie waves 2 flags. Kathleen makes a picture of the wheel with different colours, from the grass to outer space. Then Charlie pretends to be a cloud. Then Kelly tells the story about a mermaid that lost her favourite shell. It's also included in the DVDs. And her friends, the octopus and the fish, help her to find it. So it's her favourite yellow seashell. Yeah, it's good to know. But after that, she found it in the end. So the next episode we got is making and mixing. Nathan mixes red and blue. Yeah, Nathan mixes red and blue. Then he tells a story about 2 starfish. Charlie sings the ABC song. Charlie pretends to be a drop of water. Kelly and Chat say names of different flowers. Charlie sings about flower power. Tim and the Hyper Band make music using colourful shakers. Charlie does moves with different clothes. Kathleen needs to paint a green grass, but Jop takes away the green paint. Then Charlie paints the biggest painting ever. Yeah, nah, that is a lot. That is a lot. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Then, that's a lot. And then, in sharing stories, Tim tells a story about a painter who paints things in different colours. He gets good and bad reviews from Kelly, Kathleen, and Charlie. Oh, yeah, so Nathan kind of sings the Live in a Rainbow song, the beginning of the week. That's why it's highlighted in blue. Okay, I love that. Yay. That's pretty good. Then the next episode, which this is probably my favourite episode of this Songs of the Week, because I loved the dynamics. I don't know, I just loved it. Especially Kelly's segment, actually. It's funny. Yeah. So, favourites and feelings. Yeah, speaking of Kelly, I don't know why they got Kelly come out first, but that's okay. Kelly feels very happy, but Chats feels grumpy. Oh. Then Charlie shows what she does when she is in a good and bad mood. Nathan shows us his favourite blue clothes. Nice. Charlie pretends to be a rag doll. Tim and the Hyper Band act in different ways according to their clothes. Charlie pretends to be a banana. Kathleen finds straight coloured clothes. Straight coloured clothes? I don't know. I think she did something like that. Charlie plays with a rainbow necklace. Kathleen tells us a story about 3 friends who play with different coloured clothes. Nice. So everything was colourful actually in this episode. The episode should have been called Colourful. And again, the next half of episode, which was the last thing of this Songs Week, they keep calling it Wonderful. They should have called it Colourful. Why? They did not have any creativity in making titles of these episodes. And it's confusing from one another. Why? Again, it's called Wonderful. Stop. Anyway, Kathleen gets ready for her little brother's birthday with a colourful cake and coloured candles. Charlie blows out a feather. Nathan paints a big and colourful painting. Again, he also sang Live in a Rainbow, which he sang it 2 times. It is one of my favourite songs from Series 1, I have to say. And then Charlie paints an imaginary face. Kelly and Chats look at the silver stars and talk about them. So it was included also in Star Dreaming. Love that. Charlie pretends to be a star. Tim travels to meet the silver stars and they sing together. So everything, most of this, everything mostly in this episode was included in Star Dreaming. Which, I don't know why Summer Rainbows for Living a Rainbow took the Songs of the Week concept, which is so confusing. And this is all from the songlets. All from the segments that are from Star Dreaming. Why? That's really confusing. I don't know. Then anyway, then sorry. Let's look at something again. Yeah, then Charlie imagines how life would be on the silvery moon. Then Charlie tells us a story about 4 friends. One of them washes the other's clothes. Ah, okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I loved this Hi-5 Songs of the Week because it gave me one of my most favorite dynamic themes ever. Because they gave you the most episodes that were like colorful, you know, they gave you colorful vibes, and I felt that. So that's the reason why I put it at the top, and it did. So, the next episode is now in the next Songs of the Week now. So we're almost done with the series 1. Yes, we're done 7 now. Wow. So yeah, the next Songs of the Week is 5 Senses. So Senses is next now. I'm gonna put it in. I don't know. Actually, where I should put it. I don't know. I'm gonna also put it in A because it still gave me some good dynamic episodes to it. I keep using that word, but it actually gave me really good concepts in this as well. So that's the reason why I put it in A. But I wouldn't put it as the very best because it was probably a little bit again too basic for me. It wasn't much going on, but I'll let you know soon now. So the next episode we got is Seeing. Episode 36, Seeing. So Kelly buys sunglasses for chats and they see darker. So there's a tag you can't see on it. And Charlie plays a hiding game being helped by the lights. Then Tim and Kelly play with the musical Gum Tree. Then Charlie pretends to be a cockatoo. Nathan makes a pair of big eyes. And Charlie blinks and winks. Kathleen makes funny puppets with her gloves. Charlie sings to finger puppets. Then Tim tells us a story about a mermaid with vision problems. Her friends, the fish, and the octopus take her to Dr. Turtle. Ah, okay. Yeah, so Tim tells the story about a mermaid with vision problems. Her friends, the fish, and an octopus take her to Dr. Turtle. So apparently Dr. Turtle helps her out. So she apparently a mermaid, she gets glasses. Oh, that's so helpful. I loved this story as well. I also loved the engaging friendship in this story as well. It gave me a lot of that, so that's the reason I really liked it also. So yeah, I also loved this episode. It's actually probably one of my favorite episodes of this, not only series, but this especially Songs of the Week, Songs of the Weeks. Then the next episode we got is Hearing and Talking. Kathleen believes there's an echo when she taps with a hammer. Then Charlie taps and saws. Nathan tries on different kinds of ears. Charlie Charlie hops like different animals. Tim the Hyper Band have chatty feet. Again, they sang chatty feet, which I am again so disappointed that they should have added in the Jump and Jive album. Why not just? I mean, why bother? Why didn't you put it then? That is so pathetic. I'm sorry, guys. They should have added that song there. I'm sad now. But whatever. Anyway, Charlie counts different ways to walk. The lights go out, and Kelly and Chats find shadows when they turn on a torch. Then Charlie dances with her shadow. She also did the same thing. They also did the same thing in Series 8, which I loved. And it was exactly both of them again, Charlie and Kelly. Kelly and Charlie, which is crazy to me. Wow. Yeah. Then, okay, guys. Sorry I went off again. A lot of stuff happened in the background. That's okay. That's what happens. And then Kelly tells us a story about 4 friends who play a whisper game. Oh, I love the whisper game. Excellent. Nice. Yeah, I loved this episode as well. Then the next episode we got is tasting and smelling. Yeah, there are a lot of senses, so I liked how they went with the theme. That's the reason why I put it in A as well. But the reason why I didn't really put it much because I didn't really feel it as much. I don't know, but it's still cute. Yeah, so Kelly and Chats look for a thing that smells sweet. Charlie pretends to grow like a honeysuckle vine and a passion fruit vine too. Then Nathan tries on different noses. Charlie talks about the elephant's trunk. Tim the Hi-5 band make music with orange and banana juice and peanut butter. Ooh, that's different. And Charlie makes an imaginary cake. It shouldn't be imaginary, but that's okay, it's fine. Then Kathleen sorts out fruits and vegetables, nice and healthy. Charlie pretends to pick fruit. That's what I meant to say after that. Then Nathan tells us a story about a boy who wakes up feeling grumpy. His dog, his sister, and his mum try to make him to feel better. Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah, I loved this episode. It was pretty tasty. The next episode we got is Touching. Touching, yeah. Okay. So Kelly makes a clay pot for Chats. For Chat. Oh, sorry, I can't even say it because her name's different. Kelly makes a clay pot. I feel like a plot. I can't even talk today. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry again. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me stand up again. Sorry. Okay. So Kelly makes a clay pot for Chas's plant. Then Charlie pretends to be a hippo in the mud. Oh yeah, so by the way, Kelly tries to go to a party being Pocahontas. That was cute as well. Then Charlie pretends to be a hippo in the mud. Yes, that's the reason why Kelly and Jess are playing with that mud. Yeah, that's why. So Kelly can go to that party. Fancy dress party or whatever. I don't know if I think she said that. I think she said that, I don't know. Then Kathleen gets her shapes just by touching them. Charlie makes stars using her body. She makes music using the knees, hands, lips, and feet. Oh wow, that's a lot. Then Charlie claps and slaps her hands and taps. Charlie claps and slaps her hands and taps. Oh my god, what a tongue! Oh my god, what a tongue twister! That's too much. Oh my goodness. Nah, that's a lot. Yeah, nah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, then Nathan plays Kelly's game about guessing things by touching them. Then Charlie pretends to paint in sand. Then Nathan tells us a story about a blind mouse that reads a braille book to her mice friends. Oh, cute. Oh, I feel actually so bad, even for animals and people that have uh eyes that are blind that they can't see. I feel so bad for those kind of people as well. It's so sad. Then you can't see your family, friends, and people, it's very sad. Like, for example, and then you have to use braille. So there are these little dots of writing. Braille, you get to talk. It's for people that you can't see. And that is so sweet. Oh, love that. Yeah, I'm so glad they touched it into this episode. See what I did there? Touched. Yeah, I love that story a lot. That's probably my favorite episode in Five Senses. I don't know, I love it. And again, they called it wonderful. Next episode, stop using the title. They keep using that now. No. Once again, they kept using the same title. Stop. So in the 40th episode, episode 40, wonderful again. In the Five Senses version though, so Kelly and Chats use their senses to feel the rain. Oh, I love this songlet as well. Then Charlie paints a rainbow. Tim the Hi-5 band play with the musical gum tree again. Nice. But sorry guys, not a bit there. Then Charlie pretends to be a mouse looking for cheese in a mouse trap. Then Nathan dresses up with different animal body parts. Then Charlie sings about an elephant's body. Then Kathleen discovers how to make music with glasses of juice. Charlie plays a giant piano. Kathleen tells us a story about a pig who lives with his mother, who wants to be a human boy like the one who feeds them every day. Oh, cute. I didn't like how Charlie was absent though in the story, but that's fine. Anyway, I loved this Songs of the Week. The reason why I put it in A was because I felt like there weren't really much censors into the episode. Not like in most of the Songs of the Week. Like, I don't know. But I still love this Songs of the Week, so I still put it in A. Because I felt like it didn't give me as much vibes as the other ones would. But I still put it in A tier. So we got the last Songs of the Week of, I keep about to say series 1, folks. Wow. Like, I cannot freaking believe it. So, place. It should be places. Time and place. Times and places. So, I felt like that they should have done a lot with their Songs of the Week, to be honest, but I felt like it wasn't really as great. It's not as good, but it's not bad either, you know, so I'll also put it in B. So, yeah. Outer Space. So Tim makes Sun, Moon, and Shooting Stars music. Oh, was that in Star Dreaming? I don't know now. Yeah, I think so. Then Charlie sings about the sun. Kathleen builds a rocket out of tins. Yeah, that was in Star Dreaming. That was Kathleen's segment. This segment was absolutely in Star Dreaming, and I don't know why they put it from in a different place. It should have been there in Dream On or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But then Charlie pretends to be a spaceship. Nathan pretends to travel on the moon. Yeah, I love that as well. Also included in that DVD, also in Star Dreaming. Charlie imagines herself at the moon. Kelly and Chats watch the stars and sing to them. And then Charlie stretches, yawns, and bends. Then Nathan tells us a story about three friends who travel by a flying carpet to Cloudland. Yes, they reused. See, again, I just found another song there. Oh my god, that should be included in the album. We're on a flying carpet. Down. We're up, and we're down, 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 down. That's it. That's all the words. Yeah. I liked the episode, but it didn't give me any time and place. It was basic. But anyway, I still love the episode too. So yeah, Habitat and Home next. The next episode. So Nathan makes a tent inside. Charlie bounces around in a sleeping bag. Kathleen sorts out some nuts and bolts and washers. Then Charlie builds an imaginary bookshelf. Then Tim builds a space for himself and his dog while Nathan pretends to be his dog. Is that the lifting and shifting songlet? Or did it happen 2 times? Yeah, it happened 2 times. Oh shit, yeah, I knew that. Then Charlie imagines having a big dog. Kelly wants to dance tap, but Chats needs a quiet time for some reading. Yeah. It's 2 different things. Hold on. Then Charlie becomes a magnificent book balancer. I really think, why would they have to describe that? That's funny. Then Kelly tells the story about a girl who wants a pet and asks animals she sees, a tiger, octopus, and dog, to be her pet. A tiger's probably too much for a pet, and an octopus, probably a dog maybe, but who knows. Yeah, I love the episode too. The next episode we got is Underwater. Nathan travels by a submarine. Charlie imagines what we would see through the submarine window. Again, Kelly and Chats, they do something with they intend to do something with the submarine in series 2 also, in the second season. Then Kathleen makes a place for fish. Kathleen makes a place for a fish, but Chop takes away her rocks. Stop taking away Kathleen's rocks. She probably had that 2 times happening. Why? Oh my god, I just found another way to rant. I'm sorry, guys. Then Charlie pretends to walk through the water. And then again, we got the same filler song again. ABC song. Again, I love it, but they keep adding it. Then Tim makes music with water and sand and pretends to be a crab along with the Hi-5 band. Be a crab with me at the bottom of the sea. Yeah, something like that. Then Charlie makes a crab rhythm. Same, same thing. And then Kelly and Chats talk about hermit crabs. Then Charlie pretends to be a hermit crab as well. Yep. And Kathleen tells the story about a whale stuck on the beach and a family try to help him. Oh, cute. Oh, feel so bad for the whale. Oh, yeah. So, and then there's 2 more episodes we need to talk about, and that's it. So yeah. So the second last Hot episode of the next Hot episode is A Place in Time. It should have been called that. It's called Place in Time. So Kathleen makes a face, but Jojo wants her to make a clock. Then Charlie pretends to be a clock as well. Nathan pretends to be a firefighter. Charlie pretends to be a firefighter too. Nice. I feel like everything in this episode was just repeat after repeat. I didn't like that, but that's fine. Whatever. And then again, speaking of over and over, oh my god, we got the same filler song again. ABC song, oh my god. I'm going to go through this every single time that I've just ranted about over a few minutes ago in Series 1. That is too much, really. That better be the last filler. Then Chats gives Kelly a treasure map to follow. Charlie follows the treasure map. They kept giving Charlie the same segments after them. I don't like that. I like when Charlie gets different segments. Stop repeating the other guy's segments. But she turns it into movements. I understand that, but it's not the same. It's not a different thing. It's the same thing. Like, Tim goes back in time and finds a caveman. Charlie pretends to be a cave woman. I get that she's a cave woman and he's a caveman, but that's still doing the same thing. Everything is basic in this episode. I don't know why. It's not good. But anyway, Tim tells us a story about a girl from long ago who makes new friends and they play together. And they sang the Hi-5 theme in that story, which is very cute. Love that. Yeah, and then the last Hi-5 episode in Series 1, I loved how they called this episode. I didn't like, again, how they called it Wonderful, but it is still a different title, so I will say it now. So, the Wonderful Fancy Dress Party. Wow, love it. Love it. It rings a bell to it, love it. It does ring a bell. So Kelly dresses up as an astronaut and Chats as a moon bunny. Oh, cute. So Floating on the Moon was also one of the songs in Series 1 in the album of Jump and Jive. And Kathleen also, she sang it when she was building rockets, Rocket with Tins. Yes, but she also sang in the album. Just to point that out. And I have the CD, so you know that. Then Charlie bounces like a moon bunny. Nathan dresses up as a superhero. So Nathan also sang his own songlet in, however, not only in the Jump and Jive album, but also in one of the Hi-5 activity books that they've gotten out during Series 7, Series 8, whatever. Action Heroes. It was Superhero. Cute. Then Charlie pretends to fly like a superhero. Kathleen dresses up as a clown and gets the party bags ready for Hi-5 band. Charlie plays with balloons. Tim doesn't know what costume to wear and sings a party song along with the Hi-5 band. Then Charlie plays a balloon bouncing game. Yeah, I love that. Then Charlie tells us a story about a fancy dress party with the Hi-5 band. But she doesn't have a costume. Oh, I felt so bad for Charlie in this episode because I felt like she was left out, which was not good until the end. Until the whole entire end. I did not like that, and that makes me so upset. I was really going to let this be my favourite story, but it's not now. I'm actually so upset about that, because they shouldn't have executed Charlie even to wear a costume, even, like, when she's telling a story. Even when she stood, like, I felt like Charlie should have been better having a costume while she was still even reading. But no, she didn't. Instead, they left that out. They let her to still read. I did not like that. I'm so sorry. And it's not good. So yeah, the reason why I put In a different place, Hi-5 songs of the week, time and place. In a B tier, in the middle was because, like, I don't know, I just didn't really felt like I liked this songs of the week as much as the other ones, but I still put it the same as these two songs of the week still. Uh, but I felt like this didn't really fill me as much. I didn't really felt like there wasn't anything like typical about this. Everything was too basic. It was everything over and over and over. Even like newer segments, Charlie did same things after them. When she did the other segments, she didn't repeat them. But as we got up to this song's list, she kind of kept bringing that up, which I didn't like that. But whatever, it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, boys and girls, this is all of series 1. I was ranting for like an hour and a half for this, and we are still not even halfway there. This is so bad. Oh my god. Well, boys and girls, I'm going to make another video next time. Stay tuned in the next part. I will still probably make the video soon together, but for now, hopefully you enjoyed this part until I move it on merged in the next part. Bye guys. Stay tuned for more ranking. Hello boys and girls, I'm Willow. Welcome back to part 3, I would say. I wish this was part 2, but it's not. Anyway, now let's go into season 2 of Hi-5 now, of the Songs of the Week. So I've finished talking about series 1. Now let's go over to season 2 now, series 2. So yeah, let's go to, so the first Songs of the Week is North, South, East and West, so it's adventure, which is the first thing that's popped up here. You know what? I'm gonna put it in C, because I felt like nothing really stood up to me in these Songs of the Week, which I feel a bit of a shame. I'm actually upset that season 2 was probably one of the most underrated Hi-5 seasons, because they came back very mature. I loved that season 1 energy until they brought that out, and I wasn't as excited as from series 1. I feel actually very disappointed about that. But, it is what it is. So I'll tell you why I put it in C. Okay, but first let's talk about the 5 episodes. So in episode 1, we got to other countries. That's what it's called. So episode 1 is to other countries. So Kelly shows a pizza and Chats learns Italian words. So I love the pizza songlet. Like, I love it so much. I honestly freaking love it. Yeah, and then Charlie makes an imaginary pizza, which she does, again, imaginary things a lot, but, it is what it is. Nathan climbs the Mexican Temple of the Sun. Charlie climbs an imaginary mountain, yeah, that's short mountain. Tim uses a magic gong to travel to Africa with Nathan and to Brazil with Kelly and Charlie. Okay. Excuse me, what about Kathleen? Is she there? She's there as well. That's a bit rude. I don't know who didn't put her name on the wiki on that part, but I don't know. Nah, she was in it too. I didn't remember that she wasn't in it. She definitely was in it with everybody else. Because I know Charlie would never be in a lot because of her segments. But that's why they never include her in things, which is not good. But anyway, they do include her in most things, or some things, I could say. Then Kathleen gets ready to travel to Antarctica. So this was probably the first ever Hi-5 episode, but on the second season, right up to episode 1, that Charlie doesn't have an extra segment now. So that's a bit disappointing. Like, I don't like that how they just threw that away. Like right up to somebody else again. So Kathleen gets ready to travel to Antarctica. Charlie slides on ice. And then Charlie tells us a story about 3 friends who wear clothes from different countries, and they travel by magic carpet to a funny land with him. Okay, so that's cute, yeah. Yeah, so this is the first episode where Charlie didn't have 4 segments, as I am reading the trivia as well. Yeah, I knew that. Um, yeah, so the first Hi-5 episode of season 2 was kind of disappointing, but however, I did get some memories from the DVD, from Kelly's segment, once again from Animal Adventures. It is very cute, but I really just didn't feel it. I'm so sorry. Like, I just don't like. I just don't really care that much because there wasn't much happening. I'm so sorry. Like, they made this season not only this Songs League basic, but the whole entire season, and I'm very upset about that. They should have made series 2 exactly given the same energy as series 1. And I don't know who directed this, but whoever tried to do something was pretty bad. Like, I don't want to say that now to kids, but you know it is. And what about the bloopers, huh? Because it's like, I don't know. Anyway, on to episode 2, we got Around Your House. Kelly and Chats imagine how it would be if everything started with B. Well, I'm not going to talk in B because that's silly right now. Charlie tries to catch Kelly the butterfly. Tim imagines being tall like Nathan, the elephant, and small like Kathleen the ant. Charlie pretends to be small and starting to grow. Nathan visits a dragon cave and finds Dragon Tim there. It is the dragon grouping also from the album. So I really liked how they took everything from the album. Unlike Series 1, which is probably the only thing I am pissed off about from Series 1. But Series 2 is the reason why I'm disappointed is because they changed their personalities. They changed all of the 5 Hive original cast. That's the reason why I'm not really liking at the beginning of even Series 2. And hopefully that changes later. Because the North, South, East, and West Songs of the Week is very basic. I'm sorry. Like, because if it was the USA version, they would have a different energetic. But no, I'm not going to talk about for them because I didn't grow up with them. I'm sorry. It has to be the original cast. But I'm so sad the original cast blew the opportunity, and that's upsetting to me. But yeah. Anyway, Charlie grooves like a dragon. Kathleen makes an energetic. Speaking of energetic, Kathleen makes an energetic drink for herself and Kelly. Charlie pretends to be a piece of bread. Oh my goodness. Then Kathleen tells, "Oh my god, can these ads freak off?" Then Kathleen tells us a story about a brother and sister who liked magic tricks. They turn into chickens, and their dad must turn them back. Okay, yeah. Yes, that kind of makes sense. But I also think that this Hi-5 episode that we got was very, very basic, same as episode 1, and I'm very disappointed about that. Hopefully episode 3 will change for me. Hopefully, guys, fingers crossed. So episode 3 we got Around Your Town. Again, and they didn't try to make a good title. It's Around Your House, Around Your Town. I get that they can't think of any more titles, but it's also not good what they're doing. But yeah. Anyway, so episode 3, Around Your Town. Nathan rides a bike and delivers posts. Charlie pretends to ride a bike. Kelly builds an alphabet city. Charlie walks around the alphabet city. She also does the same thing what they would do, but that's okay. Tim and Alphabet make music in the kitchen. Charlie pretends to be a muffin machine. I almost wasn't going to know what I was saying, but yeah, I knew that. Kathleen plays a game about a little Kathleen. Oh, cute. Now that's really cute segment. I love that. Because you're kind of taking a little adventure. Charlie pretends to be a frog who hates rain and getting wet. And then Kelly tells us a story about a magpie that takes away shining things from Charlie, Nathan, Tim. So, yeah, Kathleen, by the way, she was the magpie. And I loved that story, how they took it also from Animal Adventures. Very, very cute. Yes. So I'm kind of liking episode 3, but not as much as series 1. But let's go to episode 4. Hopefully that will change for me as well, even more. To the universe. Kathleen counts the 5 things she's going to pack to take to an outer space journey. Charlie pretends to glide in space. Kelly and Chats imagine planet chats. They say words that start with ch. So like cheeky, cheese. Yeah, I forgot the words of the song, but I'm kind of thinking, but yeah. Charlie visits Planet Move a lot. Oh my god. That's funny. Oh my god. Yeah. Tim makes a musical solar system. And he does put the song. It's also, I think, from the Hi-5 Action Heroes activity book, I think. No, sorry, not this songlet. This one is the Planners. The other one, it's Space Friends. Yeah, not this songlet. Sorry, that's I thought the wrong songlet. So Tim will sing the Planets was also in. It's a party album, so I love that a lot. Then Charlie imagines flying among the stars. Nathan travels to the sun. Charlie pretends to be a rocket. And then after that, Nathan tells us a story about four friends um, that find moonbeams. They climb them and reach for a universe playground. Yay, I love that. That's fun. So I'm kind of also digging this, but unfortunately, I still feel this the same way as episode 3 we just got and episode 4 now. Hopefully, episode 5 will change that. I don't know, guys. Okay, so let's go to episode 5, Underground, which is pretty basic title, just one word, Underground. Underground. So Kelly finds a rock under the sand with uh how do you say that? I'm sorry, wait, hang on. Sorry guys, I just paused there for a second again because I'm trying to pronounce what was said in Kelly's segment again, but in episode 5. So Kelly finds a rock under the sand with hieroglyphics on. So it means, I think it's got signs on it, what tells you um like pretty much like body or sign language, yeah, basically. Hieroglyphics. So that's the word, yeah, that's interesting. And then Charlie pretends to be oh my god, I can't even talk. I'm so sorry. So sorry guys. Charlie pretends to be an Egyptian princess. There you go. Then Drop gives Kathleen an adventure and she goes underground. Okay. Now unfortunately, with Kelly and Charlie's thing, didn't really give me an underground vibe, but with Kathleen's one, it did. I was happy about that. Then Charlie makes shapes using her fingers and arms. Okay, nice. Then Tim digs down to the center of Earth and finds earthworms and wombats. Then Charlie digs to the other side of the world. Now, I kind of feel like this is a bit silly. Probably more silly than Series 1, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry to talk bad about Series 2. It's not that I'm talking bad about them. But they really just didn't put enough effort to this series. I'm very upset about that. I'm actually a bit pissed off about that now. I really was going to love Series 2, but now I don't. Like, just, it's like that. I don't know. And I'm not really getting excited. I just feel a bit flat about this. I can't even be, not even up to the first songs of the week. I don't know about the last songs of the week. What is last songs of the week? I think it's Feel the Beat, which I'll get to that later on. Yeah, then Nathan finds a tunnel that takes him underground. Here, Nathan's segment was also an underground, see? Then Charlie pretends to be a rabbit. Kelly and Chat sing a song about a game with words. What? Wait, Kelly's got 2 segments now? What? I think it's another filler song. Yeah. I think, yeah, that's a filler song. Why are they adding filler songs? They don't need to keep doing that. Oh, now they're doing the same thing as what they've done in Series 1. And I actually really like that song Lit with Kelly. I'm actually so pissed off that, and like that shit, I am actually so upset that they didn't include that segment for Kelly and actually even chats for, at least it's a party album, but they didn't get to do that. They didn't get to really do that, like song that goes like this, like, come on everybody play a game with me. It's a game with words as easy as can be. I'm actually so upset because I love that song. That's actually probably one of my favorite songlets from Kelly, and they blew that opportunity by not even adding it. Why? They did not add that into the album. That actually makes me not even excited even more for Series 2, and I hate that. Nah, I'm upset about that. I actually really am. It's like frustrating because you don't get the songlets once again that you don't like that you want as like Series 1, but now Series 2, like why? Anyway, I don't know anymore. Then Tim tells us a story about a family of wombats. Yeah, sorry, let me read it again. Then Tim tells us a story about a family of wombats. The mother, father, and the baby that didn't like digging. Okay, yes, that's interesting. Well, boys and girls, I felt like that this specific Hi-5 songs of the week was very, very disappointing for me. I'm actually very upset about that because they didn't give you any good dynamic. There wasn't much happening, and they didn't really give you not only that they didn't follow up that theme properly, but also it was like, I know that they gave you adventure theme, but I wasn't feeling a vibe. Like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I'm actually very upset. So that's the reason why I put it in C. I really didn't want to put anything C, but I had to. I'm sorry. I can't. But that's what happens. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I don't even have a favorite Hi-5 episode. My favorite episode is probably episode 4 now, To the Universe, or probably I'm stuck between episode 3 and episode 4, so Around Your Town or that. But I don't. The 3 episodes were freaking basic. Even the Underground episode, like, I just didn't like the execution. I didn't like the execution. They should have done it much more bigger and better, but instead they left it flat and basic. I love North South East and West songs week. I like the song, but even the outfit's so basic, and even like as series one, it was a start, but it is what it is. Okay, now let's go up to the next songs of the week. So feelings. Now, yeah, you know what? I was really loving this song of the week, but I'm gonna put it in A. I wouldn't put it in S because I felt like it wasn't the best. Like, I really want to put it there as well, but I'll give it an A still, so it's still better further down. So, now we'll go to episode 6, Feeling Free. Nathan makes bubbles and imagines to be inside one. Charlie blows imaginary bubbles. Kelly and chats to make dance moves for every season. Then Charlie dances through the seasons. Tim plays free music while Kathleen dances, and Nathan imagines to be at the beach. Oh, cute. And Charlie's toes are free and happy. Kathleen sets up a picture exhibition with photos of her friends. Oh, cute. That is really cute. I love a picture exhibition. It's like you're walking in a museum, which people find it boring, but I think it's also pretty fun. You're exploring, looking around. Like, I know it sounds boring, but just go with it. Then Charlie feels free while swinging. Then Charlie tells us a story about a kitten that doesn't want milk anymore. So her friends, the dog, the bird, and the pig help her to make a new breakfast. Oh yeah, that is really cute. But I felt like this story was probably really basic, to be honest. They should have, once again, kept it bigger and better. Why not do something very big and keep it a little bit more longer? But instead, once again, they left it flat. I don't know, and only the songlets, well, and the songlets too, yeah, but only the segments probably stood up to me. I don't know, actually, to be honest. Even the stories are way too overrating. I mean, not overrating, sorry, underrating. And it's underwhelming too. Like, I don't want to be rude, but, it's like that. Then the next episode is episode 7, Inside Me. Kathleen Kathleen hiccups, Chomp laughs at her but helps her. Okay, yeah. And Charlie paints while she hiccups, sneezes and coughs. Kelly and Chats listen to their heartbeat with a stethoscope. Charlie feels her heartbeat while doing exercise. Tim bangs the drum like a hungry bear or his hungry tummy. Sorry, let me read that again, guys. Tim bangs the drum like a hungry bear or his hungry tummy. Then Charlie pretends to be a hungry bear. Also, then Nathan tastes a watermelon and a lemon. Ooh, okay. Then Charlie pretends to taste a watermelon and a lemon. She also pretends to taste a watermelon and a lemon. So basically. Then Tim tells us a story about a rooster that has a sore throat. His friends, the cow, mouse, horse, try to wake up the farmer for him. Oh, cute. Cockatoo! That's so funny. Okay, now we'll go to episode 8. Feelings we have. So, Kathleen looks for some things to keep warm. Charlie does exercises to get warm. Nathan paints a picture of himself with different colours for every feeling. What were the words of the song again? Yellow. Oh, it's something like that. I forgot the words to the freaking song. No, I know the beat to that. Then Charlie does different moves for every feeling. Tim finds feelings in himself and in his guitar. Okay. Charlie feels so swaggly. When you feel all squaggly. Oh, squaggly. Squaggly. Okay. When you feel all squaggly. It's how I feel today. I don't know what to do with yourself when you squabble the day away. I actually really like that song. It's not that I didn't want it to be in the album, but I really actually wish it did as well. Kind of disappointed with that, but it is a silly song, but I actually really love it. Then Chats helps Kelly because she can't get to sleep. Oh, I feel bad as well. And then Charlie didn't have a segment after that, which I again felt disappointed, like episode 1. I'm a bit pissed off about that as well. It's not good. Yeah, that's where they left it basic again. I hate it. No! Then Nathan tells us a story about a cricket that wants to make a cricket noise, but he's afraid of leaving his grass. His friends, the bee, butterfly, and cricket help him. Yeah, okay, nice. Nice. It's pretty basic again if you ask me, but yeah, okay. Okay, then the next episode is showing our feelings. Nathan finds a box with 4 pairs of eyes on and discovers different shaped mouths to complete those faces. Yeah, that is a lot of description to recognize, but yeah. It's sort of like that series 1 signal we got of Nathan now, but different eyes and ears, I think. I don't know. Yeah, but that's a lot. Then Charlie has got a happy face, happy hands, and happy feet. Happy, happy, zappy. Then Kelly and Chats find a letter Q and think about words that start with Q. So like quarrel, like... Nah, not quarrel. Quick. What else is there? I forgot. Quiver. Yeah, quiver. Oof. Oh my god. Charlie feels really silly. Oh my god, why would she put that description? Oh my gosh, no. Nah, that's just way too much. That's way too funny. I can't. Okay. Then Tim and the Hi-5 band make silly sounds together. Then Charlie hides and jumps out. Kathleen makes savoury biscuits for the Hi-5 band. Oh, yum. Yummy, delicious. Then Charlie makes biscuits out of Play-Doh. Oh, okay, nice. Then Kelly tells us a story about a child with a big lucky cat. He and his mother meet his new neighbours. Sorry, let me read that again because I was like, neighbourhood, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, Kelly tells us a story about a child with a big lucky cat. He and his mother meet his new neighbours. A bear and a tiny lucky cat and his mother. Oh yeah, no, that is really cute. Yeah, no, that's cute. Wow. I love Tim's segment in this episode because they were really funny and I loved the dynamic, but I still didn't really feel it as series 1 to be honest because they started to change a lot after 1 year. I just feel sad about that, but you know, life just goes on. I don't know. But at least it's still them, so what can you do? And then sorry, the last episode is episode 10, Animals' Feelings. So animals also have feelings too, obviously. So Kelly and Chats talk about how elephants, mice, and rhinoceros, rhinos, rhinos, rhinoceroses, rhinoceroses, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, sorry. So Kelly and Chats talk about how elephants, mice, and rhinoceroses show their feelings. And then Charlie stomps her feet. Wears, Kelly, oh my, I can't even talk to them, I'm so sorry. Sorry guys, I just like, couldn't read them properly, like, I don't know, because there was a lot of description. Anyway, so Kelly and Chats talk about how elephants, mice, and rhinoceroses show their feelings. Then Charlie stomps her feet. Kathleen hears a kookaburra and wonders where it is. Charlie pretends to be a kookaburra also. Tim and the Hi-5 band make sounds for animals' feelings. And Charlie pretends to be different horses. Nathan tries on a cat tail and a dog one as well. Then Charlie pretends to be a cat stretching. Kathleen tells us a story about a kangaroo that loves sleeping with a green and orange blanket, but but she grows and the blanket gets smaller. Her friends ask her to stop sleeping with the blanket, and Nathan the dingo helps her. Aww. Yeah, I loved this. I loved this story as well. I love this story as well. Like, I still love it to this day. It is really cute. But I don't know what my actually favorite episode would be now. I would probably love, I don't know, episode 9, Showing Our Feelings, but I love them all. Like in particular, but not like together. But I will say, yeah, episode 9. I love this episode too, but it was a little bit basic, except the story. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, so episode 9, Showing Our Feelings, yeah. And then that's Animal Feelings as well. Yeah, so I felt like that these songs of the week also was a bit basic, but I loved how they gave you engagements of how to feel, what you feel, what you say, you know. So I love it. So that's why I put it in A. But it wasn't as the best, it was a bit basic as well, you know, it left out. So yeah. Okay, so the next songs of the week is So Many Animals, which is the best from series 2. Honestly, oh, this was probably one of the best Hi-5 has probably ever done from series 2. Animals, yeah. So I have to give that to them. So yeah, so the next Hi-5 episode is Jungle Animals. So Nathan shows us different kinds of jungle cats. Then Charlie pretends to be a jungle cat as well. Then Tim, Nathan, Kelly use tubes to make lion roars. Then Kathleen compares her height with a toy snake. And again, Charlie doesn't have an extra segment. Why? Oh, nah, that's not good. Nah. Then Charlie swings on a vine. Yeah. Then Chats gives Kelly a book about elephants and they read together. Charlie sings about an elephant's trunk. An elephant's trunk is like a nose. And rings all the way up to his toes. Yeah, I wasn't also very freaking happy with this songlet because Kathleen sings it in the album versus Charlie and Kelly, both those girls sing it in the series. Now in series 2. And I think other seasons as well, I forgot. But Kathleen in series 5 in the holiday album that takes series 5 and series 6, which I am a bit disappointed that they again didn't have the same execution for that. Why are you doing that again? Don't do that. Oh, that's not good. I hate when you get someone different and then they sound different to the series. They did the same with series 1 when it was the Shallow Waters. No. They just want to make other casts better singers. You can't just take the execution away. The concept is bad if you change something. And it's not about making money off a CD. It's about what they've done in the franchise. That's what it's about. Okay, sorry. I'm getting frustrated because it's like that. I don't know. Then Nathan tells us a story about a lion. Tim was a lion that doesn't like dancing, but his friend, Kathleen was a mouse, does one day. The lion... Okay, sorry, let me read it again, because it didn't make sense. So Nathan tells us a story about a lion that doesn't like dancing, but his friend, the mouse... But his friend, the mouse, does love dancing. Yeah, one day the lion gets caught in the net. So yeah, then after he dances throughout. So yeah, then after that he loves dancing. So that's really, really good. Yay. I liked this episode, even though I wasn't really again feeling it. But I love the Jungle Animals episode. But the next episode now let's talk about is insects. So yeah, they're technically animals as well. So Kathleen pretends to have insect legs. Then Charlie pretends to be an ant. Kelly and Chats talk in cicada language. Then Charlie looks for cicada. So they're like small bugs that fly off for a tree. Then Tim and the Hi-5 band pretend to be insects. Then Charlie pretends to fly like different kinds of insects. Then Nathan pretends to be a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. That is really cute. Then Charlie pretends to be a butterfly. And again, I don't know why I keep getting a Bugs Life references because of Himmlich that caterpillar turns to a butterfly a little bit. Oh my gosh, I need to stop getting references for Disney's Bug's Life. That's enough. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. Then Kelly tells us a story about a girl who loves insects. Her friend suggests her to be in insectologics. Oh my gosh. I need to read this again. So sorry, just pause there again, guys. Sorry, let me put my head up. Okay, so Kelly tells the story about a girl who loves insects. Her friend suggests her to be an insectologist, and she dreams about a dragonfly after seeing a real one. So she tries to be an insectologist. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Wow. I actually begin to like this episode. It's pretty much a bit engaging now. So that's more like I'm happy with season 2 a little bit as well. So the next episode we got is farm animals. Episode 13 now. Nathan tells us about his family's farm and its animals. Then Charlie pretends to ride a horse. Kathleen cooks coddled eggs for the Hi-5 band. Then Charlie collects eggs. Well, then Tim plays musical cowbells along with the Hi-5 band. Oh, I love this songlet because you get to see us in Animal Adventures. Yay! And the Yodel Moo songlet was also in It's a Party album. Yes, I'm happy about that. Then Kelly shows Chats things from the farm animals. Then Charlie pretends to milk a cow. And again, Charlie didn't have an extra segment. No, not again. That's not good. You need to add more. That's it. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry about the background again, guys. Okay. Sorry guys, I had to pause there again. There was just a lot of stuff happening in the background. That's okay. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know why Charlie didn't have an extra segment. Why? Okay, that's disappointing. But anyway, okay, then Charlie tells us a story about a duck that lives in the city and visits the country where Tim the duck and Nathan the sheep and Kathleen the cow live. Kathleen the cow lives, yeah. Oh, that's really cute. But I felt like this episode was a bit short. It's not good. Where we got, I like the jungle animals episode as well, but the insects episode was probably engaging me. Still, farm animals is alright. So let's go to the next episode now of water animals. So I liked how they went into different animals, which is pretty good. Different theme of animals, so different kind of animals. That's why I love it and put an S. So yeah, water animals. So Kathleen measures the length of a baby whale. Then Charlie pretends to be a dolphin. Then Nathan makes sea creatures using shapes. Then Charlie pretends to be a crab. Then Tim, Nathan, and Kathleen sing like seals. It's like, yeah, dolphins are too, but you know, I don't know. Then Charlie finds different ways of balancing. Then Kelly and Chats talk about seahorses. Cute. Then Charlie looks for a seahorse, but she gets wet. Oh. I guess so then. After that, Tim tells the story about a whale that has got a big tail. The other whales laugh at him, so they make fun of him, which is not good, and I didn't like that. But Charlie the mermaid finds a way to make him feel better. So this sharing stories, however, was included in Hi-5 favorites. Yay! But I didn't like how they had to make fun of that. But that was still such a cute story. And then after they weren't making fun of him anymore because he was the best whale. So, yay! So apparently, yeah. So the next Hi-5 episode is Australian animals. That's a really good one. So Kelly and Chad's talking opposite ways, like a fruit bat hanging upside down. Like a little fruit bat hanging upside down. Little things but different, acting like a clown. That's funny. And Charlie pretends to be a fruit bat. Kathleen remembers Australian animals and makes a place that looks like the outback. Then Charlie jumps like a big kangaroo, like a little one. Then Tim makes bird sounds while the Hi-5 band looks for them. Then Charlie makes sounds of birds too. Then Nathan paints animal tracks across the desert sand. Then Charlie pretends to be a snake. Then Kathleen tells the story about two possums that try to stay awake during daytime and get into Charlie's house. Oh, okay. Well, their mum gets worried. Oh, no. But, yeah, I love the story. It's still cute as well. Yeah, so my favourite Hi-5 episode from So Many Animals Songs of the Week was probably the insects one. I don't know. Like, I liked that one. It was very engaging. I don't know. I love them all, but I love the insects one. Yeah. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another part of this Hi-5 ranking of Hi-5 Songs of the Weeks. So I did from, however, yesterday on this other part. I'm so sorry I didn't still get to finish talking about Series 2, but I finished talking about all of Series 1 and a little bit of Series 2. But I talked about the adventure songs of the week, North, South, East, and West, feelings, and so many animals. So yeah, let's talk about so my favorite Hi-5 animal song episode was probably I don't know. I probably really liked the insects one was my favorite one. The insect one was my favorite one. Okay, so the next type of songs of the week. Ooh, okay. Um, my chair is not adjusted properly. Shit, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Sorry guys, give me a second. Okay, so the next Hyperbesque songs of the week is Special Days. So the theme is days. Ooh. To be honest, I didn't really also feel like this Hyperbesque songs of the week that much. It was also too basic for me like these three songs of the weeks. But I'll also tell you why. Like, I don't know, it just also didn't stood up to me as much. I love their costumes, I love them a lot in the songs of the week. But it was like basic, like, I don't know. So let's talk about the first episode of the Songs of the Week, the 16th episode yesterday. So Kelly had a bad dream last night about a big rabbit, so also her songlet was included in the It's a Party album Rabbit Dream, and also was included in the Funny Bunny activity book, which is really cute. Because it was like Easter holiday themed, like sort of, like, yeah. Then Charlie dreamed last night that she couldn't skip. Then Caveman Nathan discovered the round wheels yesterday. Then Charlie plays with the hula hoop. Tim and the Hyper Band started music lessons yesterday. Then Charlie started a tapping routine yesterday, and she doesn't know how to move her arms. Then Kathleen looks for something to eat, but all she finds is yesterday's food. Okay. Then Charlie makes a sandwich. She also makes some food. Then Nathan tells the story about a forgetful Martian that visits Earth and finds three friends. Well, to be honest, I also wasn't feeling the sharing stories because it was a bit silly and it was cringy as well. I don't want to be rude, but no, but the story was still cute. But I don't know, I just also wasn't feeling the dynamic, to be honest. But I was still happy. Like, after we biased, I don't know why they would still put a lot of these stories in one of their CD collection books. They come with their sharing stories CDs, those books. But they're not that, they are rare, but they're not really that rare to find. They have them on eBay, I think, online, I'm not too sure. But yeah, they've always had that story. I wouldn't actually even worry about putting that song in the thing, in an album even, because it was a bit too much. But no, it's not that I don't like the story, it's just like the dynamic was really forced. It was way too forced, but yeah. I don't know if I liked this episode. It was also everything was about yesterday, and I get that, and I get that was what the episode was called, but I just wasn't feeling it. So let's go on to the next episode for today. Nathan enjoys a rainy day. So speaking of rainy day, is the same thing they do with It's a Party album. The rainy day. Wait, does Nathan also sing? Yeah, he also sings in the album, I think. Yeah. And Charlie jumps and leaps over puddles. It's tidy up day, and Kathleen matches her socks. Then Charlie pretends to hang the clothes. Then Tim and the Hyper Van celebrate backwards day. And Charlie dresses up in a backward way. Backwards way, yeah. Then Kelly helps Chance to make the song for a friend. Then Charlie writes today. Then Kelly tells the story about a boy who loves his blue raining boots to splash in puddles along with his friends. Along with his three friends, yeah. Yeah, I really like the sharing story. Now that's kind of a dynamic I'm talking about. But again, wasn't also feeling the segments. But however, I did like Tim and Kathleen's both of their segments because it was like, I liked the dynamic. But the rainy day one, Nathan's one, I felt like nothing was happening, but I did like, however, they still stuck something to the album, which was cute. I did kind of like that song too. It's a rainy day today, and there's another way. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. So the next episode, yeah, I liked the episode too. The next episode is called Tomorrow. Kelly's afraid we'll have a concert tomorrow. Oh, the radio not on. Why was she so afraid of that? Why would she be so nervous? Was she playing with everybody else and she's saying it again with everybody else in a Series 5 remake, which we're getting to that later. Like, why? I don't get it. Okay, then Charlie practices the routine for the Hi-5 concert tomorrow. Also, she does the same thing. Then Nathan stays in bed on a rainy day, but he expects tomorrow to be a sunny day. Then Charlie goes to bed and wonders how would it. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Charlie goes to bed and wonders how will it be tomorrow. Then Tim laughs at band practice with show tomorrow. Then Charlie pretends to be in a jumping castle. Then Kathleen looks for something to play with us tomorrow. Charlie tries to juggle. Kelly and Chad sing a song about Game of Words. Again, they added the same freaking filler. They always been doing that. They did the same thing with Series 1 as I talked about it several times. And I get sick of it a little bit, you know. I really like this song there, but I actually still, I did mention this, I don't want to mention this again, but I am actually so upset that they didn't include this kind of songlet for Kelly and Chats even in the album. Why didn't they do that? Anyway, I don't know why again they put the stuck filler in, and again also in Series 3 and Series 4 she's saying it again. Which, I don't want to be rude, but slap in the face a lot. I don't know. And you really want to get that song in the album, but we still didn't even get it. Also for Series 3 and Series 4, not only those albums, but the whole entire Hi-5 franchise, we still never got that song with Kelly. Why? I love it. Okay, so Charlie tells the story about a girl who loves her messy bedroom, and whenever her family asks her to clean it up, she says she'll clean it up tomorrow. Nah, but she cleans it up now soon, so it's not even tomorrow. Well, I mean, it does say up to tomorrow in the story, but it is still not as, it's too forcing, I don't know. The next episode is, days of the week. Kathleen has a puzzle with days of the week written on, and Drop Top takes away the piece of Sunday. Why? And then it doesn't look good like that. And what did she do? What did she do instead? Because it doesn't say anything here. I think she just wrote Sunday. I'm not too sure with a marker. Then Charlie pretends to be the sun. Then Kelly goes camping and packs everything she needs. Then Charlie packs her sleeping bag. And Tim plays a different wind chime for each day of the week. Speaking of Tim's segment, this happened in Snow Party, which I love. Then Charlie pretends to be a leaf being blown by the wind. Then Nathan shows his routine for each day of the week. Then Charlie does exercises for each day of the week. Also, then Kelly and Chad sing a song about Game of Words. Again! Oh, and it's distracting. I knew that again there would be another filler. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry about my chair adjustment again. They always add fillers. No. Oh my god. Then Charlie walks around the Alphabet City. Again, look, they added not only Kelly and Chats's thing again, but they added the same thing with Charlie from episode, oh my god, I can't even talk. This last Songs of the Week, the few with North Southeast and West Adventure, when it was around your town episode 3. Why did they stuck that segment of Charlie again? I don't understand. I don't know what was the logic to that. I really don't understand the logic to that. That was too much. Nah, but... Then Kathleen tells us a story about a cat that wears a different belt for each day of the week, but the Sundays one is missing, and he asks Kelly the mouse about it. Anyway, I don't want to be rude, but why is Sunday the week is always the victim? Like, no, stop making Sunday to be the victim. First of all, it's Kathleen singing it, then a story. They always want to make Sunday to be out of it. That is not good. No. And it's always the victim. I hate it. I don't know anymore. Then the last episode of Songs of the Week is a Special Days, which is the same name as the Songs of the Weeks. So Kathleen sings You Can't See Me. She also sings in Series 4, which I don't know why it doesn't say that. But, yeah, so she also sings in It's Party album, So You Can't See Me. Yep, so I'm happy she sang it as well. I can see. So then after that, yeah, that was another filler song. I don't know why, but at least it was something new. Then Kelly tries to meet a little chicken. Then Charlie does the funky chick dance. Ah, there you go. There you go. Look, Charlie does the funky chick dance again. Oh my god, that's probably one of my favorite segments now. Yeah, see, she does do it 3 times. And then as we get on to Series 3, which will be later on, way later on. Nah, that's too much. Like, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, no, I don't know. There is that segment again, oh my gosh. Then Nathan makes smiley masks for the Hi-5 band. Yeah, I love Nathan singing this episode, I would have to say. Because it's very bright and lively, like I love it. It's very bright and lively, I love it. Then Charlie makes different faces, Tim plays day and night music, while Kelly and Kathleen do things for each one. And Charlie enjoys a lazy summer day, and again it's blue highlighted. But it is so weird for Charlie to have this segment, Lazy Summer Day, because she sang it, she didn't even sing it in the album, she sang it in, the Series 3 in the Boom and Beat album, so why didn't she sing it for It's a Party album? Why? I don't know why they didn't make the executioner be so close to the series, and I don't really like that. I was happy they still chose Charlie to sing a song in the album, but why was it in Series 3 in Boom and Beat? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. That really ticks me off. But at least they still stuck his segment. But why is it in Series 3 instead of Series 2? Nah, I don't know. Then Kathleen makes things grow and shrink to see the moon tonight. Then Charlie keeps a balloon in the air. Then Tim tells a story about a girl who doesn't like running with her friends until a genie gives her magic running shoes. Oh yeah, that does ring a bell. Yeah, it does. I like that story too, but even though it was kind of really basic, she didn't want to run with her friends until a genie gives her magic running shoes. Yeah, that was true, but it was basic, but you know, I liked that story. Even though it was basic, I liked that story. So the reason why I put this Songs of the Week in B was because I wasn't really feeling any days of the week. It wasn't giving me any vibes towards any, like, personality to this Songs of the Week. Like, I just don't know. But, however, I did still find this one okay. But unlike Adventure North, South, East, and West, nothing was happening there. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know, but Days was alright. It was close to that. I'm sorry, but, you know, it is what it is. So that's the reason why I put it in B. And it was too forced. Like, I don't know. It was way too forced for me to watch it. But anyway, my favourite episode was probably this episode now, the Special Days, episode 20. 20th episode. That was probably my favourite, that whole entire Songs of the Week. So if it wasn't for that episode putting out those kind of segments, I wouldn't even have a favourite episode, but I like this one. Not just because of Nathan sings, I liked everybody else's segments too. I don't know, I love all the other episodes, but this one caught my eye. So, now let's go up to the next Songs of the Week now, are Wishes. Now, I like it. Probably not like the best thing, but I'll give it an A still, so that's fine. So the first episode I'll tell you why I just only put in A. It is still pretty good, but not as in S. So yeah. The next episode, Imaginary Friends. So it is kind of like imagination, but I'm not looking for that vibe. I'm looking for wishes, and, well, it is kind of imagination, but, you know. Yeah. So Nathan plays with the beanbag, Charlie plays with the beanbag too. Then Kathleen wears Drop-Drop's... Kathleen hears Drop-Drop's noises and feels like having an imaginary friend. Okay, I misread that there, but I did it. Yeah, cool. Then Charlie follows lots of prints. Then Tim looks... Wait, what? This is misspelled. Someone needs to edit the wiki fandoms because it says Tim looks for her favorite toy. No! Oh my god. Okay, I'll just misread that. Okay, so after Charlie's funeral, so Tim looks for his favorite toy, a pink furred panther. Oh, cute. That yeah, I actually love this Songs of the Week episode already. Like, I don't know, I love this episode. Then Charlie shows us her imaginary friend. Yeah, and it's like a fairy. It's really cute. Then Kelly pretends to have a caterpillar in her finger. Then Charlie pretends to be a caterpillar going to a party. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who can't blow her nose. Her mum always asks her to do it until Charlie finds an imaginary friend. So Tim was that imaginary friend. And I know this sharing story was a bit silly, but actually I loved this sharing story. I don't know, because it was actually one of my favorites from the series too. I loved the dynamic with Charlie and Tim all of that and their friendship. So that's the reason why I really liked that sharing story. Like, I don't know, it was so silly, also I love it. It was also silly, like, I loved it so much, like, I don't know, like, it was so cheesy and cute. Yeah. So the next episode we got is When I Grow Up. So it's all about jobs, I know, but it's not what I was looking for, but let's do it anyway. Let's just still talk about it anyway. Oh, sorry guys. So Nathan flies a helicopter, then Charlie pretends to be a rescue helicopter, then Kathleen invents a game with balls. Then Charlie pretends to be a ball. Then Tim wants to be a firefighter and asks Hi-5 band what they want to be. Then Charlie pretends to be a hairdresser and practices with Kelly and Tim. So in Charlie's segment in this episode, we get to see Tim and Kelly read Hi-5 magazines, which I want one. I want one so badly. No, I really actually wanted that Hi-5 magazine. They are so retro. God, they're so rare. They're probably more rare than anything else that they've ever produced. It's crazy. Oh my god. But by the way, yeah, I love the segment here as well. It's probably everything most of this including the snow party. Yeah. So then after that, Kelly and Chad's do an experiment with a little volcano. Then Charlie pretends to be a volcano. Then Kelly tells us a story about three friends who wonder what they will be when they grow up. Oh, cute. So I just want to give you a little pronunciation, guys, of how a person would do a job as a volcanologist. Volcanologist. Sorry, guys, I'll be back. Sorry. Okay, guys, sorry, so this is how you pronounce that. So, a volcanologist. Yeah. A volcanologist, yeah. So that is a person who studies volcanoes, he learns about volcanoes, yeah. I love that, it's very interesting, I love it. I love to learn about them too. So the next episode, imaginary places. So Cal and Chat's imagine planet Cal. They say where's it start with K? With K, you know. So then Charlie finds kisses and hugs as ways to say hello and goodbye. Then Nathan plays an obstacle game full of shapes. Yeah, I love this episode because this gives you a lot of filters in this episode, which I absolutely adore. This is probably already my favorite episode of this entire Songs of the Week. It's crazy to me. Like, I don't know. It's a shame. I was going to love the other episodes as well, but this one's not up to me. I don't know already. Then Charlie runs an imaginary obstacle course. Then Lord Tim, or should I say Leprechaun Tim? I don't know. Imagines a magic land with magic leprechauns. Oh, okay, I guess you could say it. So Lord Tim imagines a magic land with magic leprechauns. Then Charlie imagines being at Babyland. Ooh. Then Kathleen imagines herself in Patternland and finds shapes everywhere. Then Charlie wishes to be in Danceland. Oh my god, lots of lands, which is obviously, oh my god. Then, yeah, did I see anything? Yeah. Then, Nathan tells us a story about a mountain goat that climbs up a mountain and meets a storm cloud, a snow cloud, and a fair weather cloud. And a fair weather cloud, yeah. See what I did there? It's really funny. Yeah, I love that episode a lot. Then the next episode is Daydreams. Yeah, I love the sound of that too. It does ring a bell. Daydreams. Don't want to daydream too much because we've got to talk about this later. So Kathleen thinks of windy day clouds, and that makes her want to make meringue. So meringue is like a sweet white dessert. Then Charlie pretends to make an apple cloud dessert. Ooh, yum. Then Nathan makes a tropical island to spend time. Then Charlie rows, paddles, and splashes a boat around an island. Then Tim makes funny musical instruments. Charlie pretends to be in a marching band. And Kelly and Chats imagine themselves at the beach. Then Charlie collects imaginary shells. Then Charlie tells us a story about a girl who loves playing bagpipes, but her parents don't like it because it's annoying even for baby Nathan. Oh, yeah, then he like cries a lot because it's noisy. And then she can't have the time to play, just like I can't even have the time to record. I'm so sorry I said that, but like it's true. Like, I don't know. Oh yeah, and I want to read this trivia as well. So during Kathleen's segment, she daydreams of herself floating on a cloud. While that happened, she wore the same costume from Three Wishes. That is true. Oh, I loved that. Yeah, this was also probably my favorite episode, or my second favorite episode of This Songs a Week. I'm actually attached to that episode now and the Imaginary Places one. So yeah, let's not talk about let's not forget about one more episode to talk about is What If. Yeah. What if? So Kelly wakes Chats up and they make together a song with sounds. Then Charlie feels great and shows how she is when she feels down. Aww. Then Kathleen draws a heart for Charlie, and when she's about to cut it, Chop takes away her scissors. Yeah, so they weren't even invented by them. How are you gonna cut it without scissors? You would have to tear it with fingers. With your fingers. Tear the paper with your fingers, and that's tough. Then you're just gonna wreck it, it's not good. Then Charlie makes scissor shapes with her body. Yeah, I guess you can do that, sort of. But watch your fingers, okay? Then Tim makes a musical game to play with the Hi-5 band. So what song is it? Oh, Ready or Not again. Okay, yeah. That's probably a very overrated Series 1, which I love. It's one of the best hits. Then Charlie pretends to be a fish dancing the fishy wobble, sorry. Yeah, that's funny. It does sound fishy, not as in smelling, but it does sound fishy as in dancy though. Yeah, that's funny. Then Nathan pretends to be a piece of paper. Then Charlie also pretends to be a piece of paper too. Then Tim tells us a story about three friends that make a surprise birthday party for Nathan when it's cake time. That makes his wish that it was his birthday every day. I mean, don't you get bored of that? Like, to be honest, I didn't really like this sharing story that much because it was kind of getting to the same point, and I didn't like that. It made me feel upset, actually. They should have executed this story a lot better. They shouldn't have went with that direction and gave it a different concept. But that's okay, I still like the story, but it was again, this was probably the way too forced we ever got. Yeah. So I put it in A tier for Wishes because I don't know, there were some things I wouldn't really stood up to me a lot as much I would put in S, but overall it is still one of the best ones. Not the ultimate one, I would say, but I'd still put it in A as the other one, so it's fine. But yeah, you know. So my favorite Hi-5 episode, that probably stood up to me in Three Wishes was probably the Imaginary Places songs, and probably the Daydreams episode as well. I'm stuck between those two episodes. They're my favorite episodes ever. Yeah, so that's the reason why I put it in A. So let's go up to the next songs week now. So it's a party, it's a songs of the week. I felt like they shouldn't have executed also well with the songs of the week, but they didn't get to really do that. So they focused on a different theme called homes. And I liked that. But nothing really stood up to me also that much, so I'm going to put it in B, but I'll also tell you why later on. So let's talk about episode 26, Our Habitat. So it was just about homes, it wasn't about parties, so that's the reason I put it in B, but I'll tell you more later on. So the next episode is our Habitat. So Kathleen builds a skyscraper, but Job brings it down. Then Charlie builds a skyscraper too. Then Nathan makes a pond. Then Charlie pretends to be a frog afraid of getting wet. Then the Hi-5 man helps Tim to show how his bathroom is in the morning. So in the bathroom are also one of those little songlets in It's a Party album, which I really liked. And also, it wasn't really a sharing story until then, until they put it in the that Hi-5 PC game, which the animations were so creepy. I'm so sorry. The Hi-5 Activity Center game, like, they included his singlet, and it was the one with the hay baler one, which we'll get into that later on. I forgot what episode it was. It was probably in this Songs of the Week, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was that one. But Tim's sickness weren't even sharing stories in that game. How come? That's so weird. But anyway, I liked the in the bathroom segment. You can take a shower, you can brush your teeth, you can clean your nails, give it with some style, give it a clear, and purify across the tiles in the bathroom. I was washing and splashing and scrub in the bathroom. I just want to stay forever and soak in the tub. Yeah, I love that song, it's funny. Then Charlie pretends to be in the bathroom too. Then Kelly recycles old stuff to build a place for Chats' koala friend. Oh, cute. Yeah, this segment was so cute. It was very engaging. I loved it so much. Loved it so much. Loved it. Then Charlie recycles plastic and paper. Then Tim tells the story about a girl who lives in the city and meets a duck. They play and go shopping together. Oh yeah, that was also engaging. It was cute. But the nickname they called was very cringy. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a lot. Yeah, so yeah. Then the next episode we got is On the Ground. So Kathleen pretends to be a pig building a pig nest, which was really messy, but yeah. Then Charlie pretends to be a pig too. Also pretends to be a pig. Then Kelly and Chats pretend to be ants building an ant's nest. Then Charlie pretends to be an ant inside an ant's nest. Also does the same thing. Then Tim finds a bird's nest up in the air. And it's ants nest down on the ground. Okay, nice. And then Charlie does a funky up and down dance. I'm happy that she had a different segment, but that was kind of silly way going through that. Yeah. It did kind of like actually ring a bell, so I'm actually glad she done a different segment. That was funny. Then, yeah. Then Nathan pretends to be an eagle in Kakadu National Park. Ooh, yeah, so speaking of the trivia, so Kakadu National Park is a protected area in the Northern Territory of Australia. Wow, that's good to know. Kakadu National Park. Then Charlie pretends to be a snake and an eagle. I mean, two things at once. Come on, that is crazy. It's like Kelly's song like Dingle Dong, which we'll get into later in Series 5, and she does, it was also included in the album, but I'll get into that later. Yeah, that was a crazy logic. Then Charlie tells us a story about a clown that gets bored of his Joker brother, and the wind takes her away to meet a windy weather cloud and a stormy one. Wow. So again, we kind of went back into that other sharing story, but not with the goat one, with the concept. But the other one was with the goat. This one was with the person, I think. With the like making jokes. Like, come on, no more dad jokes. No. Okay, so the next episode is mobile habitat. Mobile habitat. So it's got something to do with technology. Sort of, but it's got something to do with transport, I think, as well. So Nathan talks about his neighbour's caravan for holidays. Then Charlie pretends to drive a car with a mobile house behind. Then Kathleen is going on a bushwalk and makes pizza for a picnic lunch. Can't even talk. Yeah, sounds delicious and yummy. Which I felt bad for. Kathleen was trying to make a pizza in this episode, which was obvious. You know, Jop is a trickster. Shit. Shit. I know. I loved that her song was also included not only in the It's a Party album, but also in another Hi-5 activity book. Are we there yet? Going walking. That was cute. That's cute. Then Charlie rolls like a pizza and makes her body parts roll. Okay? Then Tim finds a sampan, a horse, and a kangaroo, like different kinds of mobile houses. That's interesting, yeah, it's good to know as well, I love it. Then Charlie pretends to float on a sampan. Then Kelly is going to sleep over at Kathleen's house, and Chats believes Kelly is going to feel lonely. Oh, she's not going to feel lonely, she's with Kathleen. What are you talking about, Chats? Yeah, Chats is very friendly, you can tell. I love the dynamics also, it's cute. Then Charlie tries to sleep. Then Nathan tells a story about a girl who lives in a houseboat. She wants to read, like read a book. But her sisters are very noisy and she runs away. Her dad tries to bring Kathleen back. So they try to bring the girl back, you know. Yeah, so if you guys want to know what a sampan is, I can read the trivia. So a sampan is a relatively flat-bottomed Chinese wooden boat. Wow, I mean, that's good to know as well. It's too much information, but you got it. Good thing we got some info. Brilliant. Then the next episode we got is other countries. I feel like we're going back to episode 1 now, but it's a bit different dynamic though. So Kelly pretends to be a nomad living in a desert. So what is a nomad? A nomad. What I think I say you pronounce, I don't know. Then Charlie pretends to ride a camel across the desert. Then Kathleen walks along the desert and waits to see the stars at night. And then Charlie tries to get cool during the day and warm during the night. Then Tim plays a Mimbira. Tim plays an Imbira. How do you pronounce it? And sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, guys. So Tim plays a Mimbira and teaches the alphabet how to say hello, Sawabona, and goodbye. Hamba Kali, oh hey, Salakali, in Swazi. Oh yeah, I know that songlet. So Sawabonga was also included, so it's an African language, I think. Yeah. Swazi. In the album. Oh, what? What? Nah, there is a lot happening. Sorry guys, give me a second. Oh my gosh. So this songlet of Tim's songlet and the rest of the Alphabet gang as well, they performed Soulbong, and not only they included it in the It's a Party album, Hi-5 hits from 2003, but also the Planet Earth, which was reused. They didn't use any new songlets, which I am disappointed about that, in that CD, in the Planet Earth CD, but you know, what can you do? They must have made it really popular. Like, that's too much. Wow. Which I love it, but it's too overrating. I love it. Yeah. So Charlie sings in a Swazi way. Then Nathan lives in an igloo and goes skiing. Then Charlie pretends to be a penguin from Alaska. Then Kathleen tells us a story about an adventure mermaid who visits people from land. Oh, cute. So it's kind of like Molly the Mermaid, but we didn't get that until Series 3. Dang it. But what can you do? Yes, the marimba is an African musical instrument consisting of a wooden board with attached staggered metal tines, played by holding the instrument in the hands and plucking the tines with the thumbs. It's like a thumb piano. What? Yeah, Alaska is a US state. It kind of does sound like a locomotion, but yeah. But you know, yeah. And then Kelly was also being Yasmina. What the heck? The chats couldn't even believe it was Kelly again. Why? You know what? Whatever, it's funny. Okay, so then the last episode of the Songs of the Week is City and Country, which is also Series 7 song, also being called Home Sweet Home, which not to be confused by that. So City and Country. So Kathleen keeps herself cool in a house too. Then Charlie walks on Tim's. Nice. Then Kelly pretends to be a king cat of the city, while Chats pretends to be the queen cat of the country. Oh, lots of information there. Sorry guys, I'm burping again, sorry. Yeah. And they actually call it a servant, which I don't know why, but that's funny. Then Charlie climbs up and down looking for her neighbor's cat. Then Tim builds a fence for 3 new lambs. They're like small sheeps, basically. Building a fence, the only thing that makes any sense. I liked how they're writing that as well. So it's also included in its party album, Building a Fence. Yeah, I liked it. You're on the cows on me. You're on the way. Yeah, it does ring a bell. Does lots of ringing bells to it. Then Charlie makes an imaginary gate for Tim's fence. Then Nathan decides which one is the best, city or country. Well, they're both the best, obviously. Then Charlie pretends to be a fire truck and a tractor. Then Kelly tells us a story about a girl who lives in the country with her mother, but they move to the city and Charlie starts to miss the country. So Tim and Nathan finding how to make her feel better. Oh, cute. Yeah, I also really loved the dynamic towards, like, they make it into a character. Like, I love it so much. I loved that story a lot. It was really, like, focused onto the story, which I really loved a lot. Yeah. So the reason why I put it in B, which it wasn't giving me as much as not only homes as that towards theme, but it didn't give me any party themes to Songs of the Week. But why would they call it? It's a party off of Hi-5 Songs of the Week when the theme it's different called Homes. Doesn't make any sense. So that's the reason why I put it in B. And not much engaged to me, unfortunately. But my favorite episode was probably, I don't know. My favorite episode was probably Other Countries. I liked that one, y'all. But I like what we got in episode 1 was really basic. I'm sorry about that. But that to me, it was different. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, my favorite episode of that Songs of the Week was Other Countries. So let's talk about the next Songs of the Week, which is Mirror Mirror. It's me. I loved how they call it It's Me because it's so cute. You know what? I'm going for it. I'm sorry. I absolutely adore the Songs of the Week. I don't know, like, I absolutely just adore the Songs of the Week. Like, I know I was making a ranking video about their costumes and everything, but now when I look back into that Songs of the Week now, I absolutely love Mirror Mirror. This should have also been freaking included in Hi-5 Hits and all of that, all the best. Why didn't they include that? That's upsetting. Because this is probably absolutely my favourite from Series 2. Like, what the shit? Like, why? That's not good. Like, what the shit? Why? Then anyway, I'll tell you why I put in S tier. S. Excellent. Okay. So, yeah. The first episode of the Songs of the Week is Looking After Myself, which is nice. There's some segments also included in Snow Party. So Kelly lost her jacket and remembers what she did the whole day. Then Charlie heads over to the other side of her space, taking different kinds of steps. Oh, interesting. Then Kathleen wants to brush her teeth, but Chop Chop takes away her toothbrush and toothpaste. Okay. Then Charlie tries to smile after cleaning her teeth. Then Tim the Hi-5 Band attend to hug... wait, let me read again, sorry. Then Tim the Hi-5 Band attend the hug club, and they show different kinds of hugs. Then Charlie hugs her cuddly toys. Nathan uses 3 different brushes. Then Charlie sweeps her space. Then Nathan tells the story about a koala that looks for a place for sleeping. So the cockatoo, an emu, and a wombat get the perfect place for Charlie. So they get a perfect place for koala. Yeah, that is really cute, actually. That is so cute. Yeah, sorry, I just put my phone on the other side because my hand's getting tired. But yeah, are still going. It's a lot of work to talk about. A lot of this whole entire franchise when it's especially OG cast. It's a lot. They've done 10 seasons. 10 seasons. It's crazy. As I talked about in the other parts, I just didn't grow up with the current cast. Like, I don't know. The OG cast was my faves. I'm sorry, but, you know, I have to be biased, but I did. That's where the reason why they started Hi-5, though. Okay, anyway, sorry to get off logic, but the next episode is My Place in the Universe. My Place in the Universe. So Kelly and Chats watch a map of Australia, and they think about the fastest vehicle to cross the country. Sorry, I was laughing about it because I liked how someone put the description here on the Wiki fandom and saying Australia straight away. So Kelly and Chats. That's so funny. Why am I talking like that? I'm being silly. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, so Kelly and Chats watch a map of Australia. Yeah, so Kelly and Chats watch a map of Australia and they think about the fastest vehicle across the country. Then Charlie pretends to be an aeroplane, a train, and a car. So lots of transports in this episode, which should have happened in homes, but whatever. Yeah, that's where I started to fall off a bit, which really pisses me off, but that's okay. I still really enjoyed the songs of the week. I really did, even if it didn't make sense. Then Nathan shows a globe and talks about outer space. Then Charlie sings about the sun, which is the Shining Sun songlet, all the three girls sang. And again, Planet... Oh my god, I can't even talk. So Planet Earth also, not only... it's also in It's a Party album where they've introduced it, but it's also reused in Planet Earth album. Like, I don't know why they didn't include any new songlets for that album, but anyway, that's a really bad logic to that. But anyway, yeah, Shining Sun songlet. Then Timothy's Space Friends. Also another songlet was included to the album. Oh my goodness, Space Friends. And not only was included, same with the Action Heroes activity book. Hi-5 activity book Action Heroes was also Space Friends in it. Good to know as well, because I've seen that. Like, those are probably one of my favorite merchandise ever in history. It's crazy. You get to see them, you don't see them anymore, it's sad, but you know. Yeah, so Timothy's Space Friends play different instruments and compare their languages. Well, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Then Charlie pretends to be from outer space and says funny words. Then Kathleen tries to build a tower with balls and blocks with hyper faces. Then Charlie plays with a beach ball. Then Tim tells the story about a unicorn that wants to find a job for the party in a magic forest. But neither the fairies nor the gnome let her do anything. And I felt so bad for this story. Why would you not give a unicorn a job to do? And that is so sad. Because I was really going to let this be my ultimate favorite story in series 2, but it didn't. Because I didn't like how they went through that direction. It's a shame because I really love this story. I just don't want to take that away from them. But I didn't like how they used that dynamic properly. They didn't want this to do a job, this and that. They couldn't have executed it in a different way. I don't know why they went through that direction. But, yeah, like, I don't know why they do that. But no, it is absolutely one of the best stories in Series 2. Absolutely. Like, I don't know. I just really did. Yeah. Then the next episode is My Body Inside. So Nathan dresses up as a skeleton and dances with a skeleton friend. Then Charlie imagines how it would be. How would it be if we didn't have bones? Then she puts her bones in action. Yeah, you would be like this. Oh, just flopping down. You only gonna have. You're just nothing but skin. What would have happened if you didn't have that? You would only be skin, not even bones. That's so scary. Like, I don't know. Then Kathleen skips and gets thirsty, but Drop drinks her water. Then Charlie walks around the Alphabet City, and I don't know why. Again, they reused Charlie's segment. They need to stop using that filler. I don't know why, but we've already seen that. That's interesting. I don't know why they do that now. I don't know. Anyway, I liked his segment, but, like, I don't know. Then Tim, Kathleen, and Nathan find sounds made during the eating process. Then Charlie pretends to eat spaghetti. Then Kelly chose... Oh my god. Why do I feel like that this Hi-5 episode doesn't make any sense? I just don't know why. This Hi-5 episode does not make any freaking sense. I'm sorry. Oh... Also, maybe it did make sense because they But it still doesn't make sense. I don't know. Anyway, I get what they were trying to do with that logic, but I don't know. It's messy and like it's a lot. It's going overwhelming. But anyway, then Kelly shows Chats her hand X-ray, and then you can't X-ray a hat. That was out of context, but anyway, that was funny. Then Charlie sings about bones. Got music in our bones. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a baby bird that is afraid of flying and leaving his nest. But Charlie the donkey, Kelly the goat, and Nathan the turkey help him to overcome his fear. So it's sort of like the turtle overcoming a fear, but with that, it's sort of similar, very similar to that Series 1 story. It's crazy. Love it. But they could have thought of anything else because that's where they started to not really think of any creativity of that story. But overall, it's exactly like that. It's exactly like that story. It's exactly like that. Anyway, so the next episode is My Body Outside. Sorry guys, let me check how much it's going really long. So the next Hi-5 episode is My Body Outside. So Kathleen's grandma sends her a very tiny vest and she doesn't know what to do with it. Oh, I feel so bad when you're going to make a present then you don't know what the other person's going to do with it. And I feel really bad. Like, I love it. Then Charlie puts on clothes to get warm. Then Tim makes music with his body. Charlie pretends to play different instruments. Nathan makes shapes with the doll's body and tries to copy its pose. Well, it's interesting. Then Charlie pretends to be a puppet. Chat's got a headache. She needs Kelly's TLC. So it means tender loving care. That's good to know. I liked how someone put that in the description. That's really cute. I love that. And it was an engaging moment of that. It was probably one of Kelly's and Chat's best moments, I would say. You know? Then Charlie bumped lots of her body parts and she puts dots everywhere she bumped. Oh my goodness. And then Kelly joins her in the end as well. Those are probably one of the best moments ever as well. Then Kelly tells the story about a girl with new clothes. Her mum asks her to take care of them, but Kathleen gets out with her friends. So Tim with the calf, goose, and she falls into a mud puddle. Uh-oh. Sorry guys. Uh-oh, well that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let me read this trivia. So during Kathleen's segment, the address on her presence says Channel 9 Sydney. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So in this episode, Kelly wore the same blouse on special days. Oh, wow. So she does wear the same top. Oh, wow. Hi-5 original cast, they never got to wear any of their costumes for the songs of the weeks. I felt like only Kelly was the only thing that they did that. And I'm actually really upset about that because they don't execute them wearing songs of the week outfits into the episodes. Like, that's not good, and I don't like that. Charlie, she also wore it at one point, I forgot. But yeah, no, she wore an outfit as well. Yes, I think they wear their special day outfits, which I love. Like, I don't know. Yeah, then anyway, then the last episode we got, this Songs of the Week, You and Me, which is the same as Series 1 Songs of the Week, but referring to a Series 2 episode, You and Me, episode 35. Nathan and Tim dress up like funny clowns again, like as referring to Series 1, but yeah, they're like tiny wait, what? Yeah, so Nathan and Tim dress up like funny clowns. Yeah, so they kind of sort of went that concept here. Then Charlie dressed up in the silliest way. Then Kelly finds out that she bought the same shirt as Chats because they are very good friends. So they love dressing up the same, but it's good to be different too, you know. Then I don't know why Charlie didn't get another extra segment after that. Very disappointing. Why do they not do that? That's not good. Like, to give her another execution well. That's not good. Then Kathleen is going on a picnic and she will carry some fresh fruits, but Drop replaces the fresh fruit for dry fruit. There is a lot of fruit. Oh my god. Yeah, that's interesting. Then Charlie sings about the fruit. Charlie sings about the fruits on her dress. It shouldn't be the fruit. Well, they are fruits, basically. Yeah, so Charlie sings about the fruits on her dress. Then Tim makes a song for a tree where he used to sit down when he was a child playing an ocarina. So it's like a sort of like an ocarina. Yeah. Then Charlie sings to Sunny, her sunflower friend. Cute. Yeah. Then Charlie tells us a story about a dragon who loves knitting. His brother and sisters laugh at him because he doesn't like roaring, stomping, and fire breathing. Yeah, I don't like how again they made fun of that. Just like Bob the Whale, and it's like, why do that? Just like the whale story from one of my favorites, and in the thing. Why do that then? Why? I don't get it. No, but I really loved this story. I really did, and it was engaging in the end. But I didn't like how they can make fun of this in the fun of that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what my favorite episode is. Um, I actually don't even know what my favorite episode was now. My favorite Hi-5 episode of this Songs of the Week was probably the first episode that we got, Looking After Myself. Yeah, I really liked that one. The Hug Club, so you got that. You got like remember things. Kathleen was brushing teeth. Everything was engaging. I don't know. I liked that episode. That was probably my favorite one in the series. Not just in the series, but in specifically that Songs of the Week. This Songs of the Week. It's me. Mirror Mirror. So the reason why I put it in S because these were just one of their best moments. Even though there was some things that did not make sense to me, I still really enjoyed the Songs of the Week. And there were some things that actually stood and make sense to me. So that's the reason why I really liked it. So that's the reason why I really, really liked Mirror Mirror. So that's the reason why I put in S. And I'll be back to that part later. Bye, guys. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back again to this. It's going to be a very freaking big Hi-5 ranking video ever. All of the entire Songs of the Weeks. It's probably been 3 hours of this video. It's really big. It's too much. And I'm still talking about Series 2. Only Series 1 has been done. And then Series 2, it's just been like, nah. Only Series 2 I'm still going. I can't. But anyway, let's get up to the next Hi-5 Songs of the Weeks now. Hi-5. Why am I saying this? Let's go up to the next Hi-5 Songs of the Weeks next. Is Robot number 1. So it's about machines. I know I didn't really like what they didn't do with the costumes. Yeah. I wasn't also feeling this Hi-5 Songs of the Week that much. I'm so sorry. I just love the dynamic, and they were dancing like Robot number 1, but they should have done better with their costumes. And I did say that, like I talked about a few months ago, last year or something like that. I'm actually still very upset to this day. Like, they couldn't have still kept their little basic costumes on, but with the robotic sequined outfits that they could have still kept, And I'm a bit ticked off by that. It's not good. Yeah, nah. But, that's what happens. I don't know. But I'll tell you why I put it in C. And it just didn't really give me any vibe or like... I know it was about the theme of machines, but it just didn't give me the vibe. I'm sorry. It's exactly the same as the thing, North, South, East, and West. Like, I don't know, but I'll tell you why soon. So the next Hi-5 episode is machines that carry people. So Nathan travels to the beach by car, but he wants to carry more people. Charlie drives a car and a train. Kelly and Chet's travel underwater by submarine. Yeah, so Nathan did the same thing, but back from Series 1. It was only just the third last episode of that. Underwater, I think it's called, episode 43. Then after that, Charlie pretends to also be a submarine. And then Tim, Kelly, Nathan find sounds in a roller coaster ride. Yeah, obviously that was used in Music Machine, which, to be biased, I know it's a lot of people's favorites, but to me, it wasn't good enough. I'm sorry, I'm actually upset by that. Then Charlie pretends to go on a roller coaster and on a merry-go-round carousel, or you can call it whatever. Then Kathleen looks for a moving machine to carry her dolls. Then Charlie looks for a moving machine to carry her shoes. Then Nathan tells us a story about a girl who forgets Kathleen's birthday present in the big city. Who forgets the girl's birthday present in the big city. So she asks Tim and Kelly to get So she asks the people how to get to the city and back before the birthday party. Yeah, to be honest, the only thing that probably engaged me the most was probably I loved the segments as well, but it just wasn't good enough for me to give it as a machine vibe. The only thing I would pretty much enjoy was probably Tim's segment and probably especially the sharing story segment. I don't know, because I liked how the dynamic was used in that and how you could get onto the aeroplane and come back to that. I liked how that was used. It gave me a whole story to watch instead of, looking back at it and just, giving a recap of it. So, yeah. But there's still 4 more episodes. So the next episode is Machines in the House. So Nathan has got a multi-job machine. It's a washing machine, a vacuum cleaner, and an oven all in one. So 3 in 1. That's crazy. Then Charlie pretends to be a tumble dryer. Kathleen uses a vacuum cleaner to clean her space and take away the spider webs. Then Charlie pretends to use a vacuum cleaner. Then Tim's machines work for him. Kelly toasts, Charlie cleans, Nathan scrubs, and Kathleen rests. Wow, that is a lot just to do with one person. I feel like that's a bit over 2/4 for Tim's segment, to be honest. But it was way too forced. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a lot. Then Charlie pretends to be a cleaning, drying, and cooking machine. Then Kelly makes a smoothie using a blending machine. Then Charlie pretends to be a blender. I don't know why Charlie always just gets to do repeatable segments, but the only difference is turning into movements. But I feel like Charlie should just get into at least one segment a little bit. I don't like how they sometimes, once again, I'm going to say this is why they never include her in things, which I hate that, and it's upsetting. That's not good. But anyway, so speaking of Charlie, Charlie tells us a story about an old toaster. The kids replace him for a new bread maker. Oh my god, wow. That is a bit controversial. I would rather use something old into the new, but it's new and old as well. Old in with the new, exactly. Then the next episode is machines again, but machines in the country. Machines in the country. So Nathan's tractor doesn't work, and he sees if the engine is the problem. Yes, I think the engine is the problem. I can tell you that. It's not much of a spoiler. Then Charlie pretends to be a tractor engine. Kelly and Chats talk about a sugarcane cutting machine. So a sugarcane is like a sugarcane, like it's like a fruit. No, not a fruit. It's a fruit plant. So sugarcane is a species of tall, the grass. So it's like sweet, I think. Okay, so no, it's not a fruit or vegetable. It's a sweet plant, I think. So that is a sugarcane. Yes, it doesn't say that in trivia. Nope, doesn't say anything. I don't know why. That's not good. So you can know what a sugarcane is. But anyway, Charlie pretends to be a sugarcane, also a sugarcane cutting machine. Then Tim the Hyperman work as a hay baler. There you go. So also they used Tim Sigman from the Hyper Activity Center. But they weren't sharing stories. That was wrong. That was just played out blatantly wrong. Those were not sharing stories. Those were just Tim segments thrown in there. Like, no. Why did they do? I don't know why. I just didn't understand the logic to that. Why they put Tim segments instead of stories logically. I don't. This is why you'll never get to see any ratings into it. I hate it. But it's not that I don't like Tim segments, but I hate how they don't use the execution properly. I just hate the shit. But anyway, Charlie also pretends to be a hay baler. Then Kathleen has got food from the country and she spreads cream on the bread. Yum. Delicious. Then Charlie carries milk from the country to the factory and then to the shops. Then Kelly and Chad sing a song about game with words. Again! So it's very, very unnecessary how they, once again, I am going to say this so many, 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 many times. I've just had enough of it. I've just had enough of it. Like, honestly. Like, come on. No more filler. Like, no, come on. No more filler segments. Because it's not needed. It's unnecessary. I love the videos, but we always getting fillers. That's enough. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a lighthouse that gets dizzy because of Dolphin's jokes, and her light points to a wrong spot. So the dolphin brings the seagull to help the lighthouse, and then she'll be able to help the fishermen to don't get crashed. Oh, well, I felt kind of bad for the sharing stories because I also felt like that it didn't know where it was going. I felt like it was a bit. The story was a mess, to be honest. I'm sorry, but I liked the lighthouse story, but it was a bit of a mess. I'm sorry. They shouldn't have executed that properly as well. I don't know. They shouldn't have like fixed up what was needed in the story. Also, not was and then what was not needed. But anyway, let's go up to the next episode called Machines in the City. So Nathan pretends to be a demolishing and building crane. So Nathan pretends to be a demolishing and building crane. Then Charlie pretends to be also a demolishing crane too. Then Kathleen plays with traffic lights, but Chop Chop takes away its colours. No! Oh my gosh. Then Charlie checks out the traffic lights before crossing the street. Then Tim uses a sound sampler to make city sounds. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I love sound effects. Then Charlie climbs to the top floor of the tallest building in the city. Then Chats tells Kelly a story about Kevin the koala. So that was apparently Chats' koala friend named Kevin the koala. So yeah, that was really cute. Then Charlie pretends to be an aeroplane, which is a good that Charlie had another different segment instead of what was after that. I did like that. And then again, another filler song. But again, we got Kathleen sings You Can't See Me. But it was also sang in Series 4, which was again, like obviously a remake. Like, I don't know. But anyway, again, they keep putting fillers and it's just a distraction. No. Then Nathan tells us a story about a little but strong crane. And a construction worker doesn't believe that he can help on building until an elephant from Kelly's Circus gets stuck in a wheelbarrow. So I did also mention this in Music Machine when I ranked all the DVDs. But yeah, I felt like they should have executed the elephant first. I keep using that word. I felt like they should have compromised the elephant first instead of going to what was needed first. But you know what? It should have gone that out of the way. Like, instead they made up that first. Like, I just don't know why they made an agreement to compromise that first instead of what was needed later on. It should have been later on to be set first, but that's okay. I don't know. But I liked his story, Wayne the Crane as well. Yeah. But anyway, let's go up to the last episode of the Songs of the Week. Fun Machine. So it was just basically like bonus. So yeah. Not really bonus episode, but they gave it a bonus title to it. Fun Machines. So Kathleen makes a time machine, so she does sing in a different place. Same with Charlie Sigmund's also sang in a different place from Series 1. Obviously that song's the week. So Kathleen makes a time machine. Charlie travels to the future and meets Kathleen there as well. Cute. Then Kelly builds Chats's marble machine and they play with marbles in there. Cute. I love playing with marbles as well. And I don't know why Charlie doesn't have another segment. Once again, disappointed with that. I hate how they did not do anything for her, which was not tasked for her. I don't like that. For Charlie to be having another segment, but they didn't want to do that, and they couldn't be bothered. That was just being very lazy, and it's not good. Then Tim pretends to be a music machine, singing so many animals in different styles. Cute! So I liked how this description was said. So they do sing the song So Many Animals in this same series, also Series 2. Which the Song League was already passed, by the way. Then Charlie pretends to be a dancing machine. Then Robot Nathan's dog doesn't want to walk. Then Robot Charlie walks her dog in different ways. Then Kelly tells a story about a girl who wants to ride horses, but she's allergic to them. So her family finds a solution to help her. Yes, I figured out, speaking of making a solution, they shouldn't have made a solution properly to making this story, but not by not being allergic instead of that. I don't know why they went through that, but that's okay, it's fine. Because I wouldn't like getting allergic to things, and it's not good. I don't know. But, yeah, anyway, my favourite Hi-5 episode was probably this episode. Fun Machines. So, I liked this episode as well. Sorry about my cough, guys. So yeah. The reason why I put it down in C tier was because, um, I just didn't have any feelings to the songs of the week. I don't know, like, I felt like the only episode I liked was probably now this episode, the Fun Machines. All the other episodes just didn't really stood out to me, to be honest. Everything was too forced, and it was absolutely the same as North, South, East, and West. And it just gave me that vibe. And it was way, way too much to go into a story that I didn't feel like. Look, I don't know. I'm sorry. If you guys have a controversy, please don't argue about this. It's just a ranking. Please keep it civil. But I just felt like there weren't some things that should have been done properly, like the same as the Songs of the Week as well. So that's why I put it in C. And just wasn't feeling it. Only one episode stood out to me. Everything else was boring and, like, I don't know. Everything was boring, to be honest. I don't know. Then, by the way, let's talk about the last Songs of the Week from Series 2. From Season 2, Feel the Beat. So it's about music. So yeah, I liked it. It's gone a bit better by now. I'll put it in B, and the B tier is getting a bit bigger now, but I'll put it in B tier because there's some things I didn't like, something I kind of liked, it was just a bit controversy there, like, yeah, nah, but that's how it is. But anyway, so the next Hi-5 episode is music from around the world. So Nathan dances the limbo, Charlie also dances the limbo too. Then Kelly plays reggae music using a steel drum. Then Charlie dances reggae music also. Cute. So I loved how, I know Charlie was kind of repeating after their segment, but I loved what Charlie did after them because it gave them like a harmonic like episode to this. The funky reggae music from not only It's a Party album, but turning it into that also in the series, which I loved that. I really wish that Kelly and Charlie would have sang together in her segment space or in Charlie's segment space, doesn't really matter, but I would have liked it that, but I still like it, it's fine. And also it's introduced in Music Machine. So, yeah. Then, after that, Kathleen dances to Indian music with ankle bells, with cymbals. Then Charlie dances also to Indian music with bells too. Then Tim plays reggae music with his guitar while the Hi-5 band does syncopation. Then a drum plays with Charlie. She moves to the rhythm. Nice. Then Charlie tells us a story about 4 friends who start a band to try different styles of music. I mean, I wasn't happy with this Hi-5 episode because everything was mixed up. It wasn't meant to be in this episode. It meant to be in the other episode. And then the next episode is the complete opposite. They did the same thing, which I didn't like that. And everything was confusing in this episode, which made me didn't like it even more. And same with this next episode, which I'm going to talk about also now. The next episode is styles of music. Yeah, and it's confusing. I'll tell you in a second now. Kelly surprises chats with herself inside a music box, which that was probably one of my favorite segments ever from Music Machine. I don't know, it was engaging. I love different styles of music, which the same name was the episode was called. Then Charlie pretends to be a ballerina in a music box. Then Tim finds different beats in waltz and blues music. Then Charlie goes for a waltz. Then Nathan finds a music machine with the heart shape, tap shoes, and an electric guitar. Then Charlie does the tap dance. Kathleen learns to play the piano accordion. Then Charlie and Kathleen practice the leg slapping dance. The slapping dance away. Then, then Nathan tells us a story about a Chinese boy, so Tim was playing a character, who wants to go along the New Year's parade with a dragon, but he needs more people, so Kelly, Kathleen, and Charlie could help him. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I did not like how they put the sharing story into this episode, because this episode did not make sense. I feel like they deliberately made this into a mess on purpose so that we could get ticked off and pissed off a little bit. No, I didn't like that. That's not good. There were lots of mistakes, but you know, I don't know, like, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know why they didn't execute properly in putting this and instead of that. I don't know, because this sharing stories was about from China around the world, and then the other one was styles of music. So why did they do that on purpose? Not putting this episode to that episode. Why? I don't know. Anyway, then the next episode we got instruments, just instruments. So Kelly cleans a cymbal and she discovers yes, wait. Oh my god, I can't even talk today. So Kelly cleans a cymbal and she discovers that cleaning can make music. Yeah, so you can find the fun. Not like joining inside, but it's like finding the fun. Absolutely. Yeah, we're getting a lot of Inside Out references in this series. Not just because of the feeling songs of the week, but also in Feel the Beat songs of the week. Like, I don't know. But anyway, yes, then after Charlie dances while cleaning the floor, then Tim, Nathan, and Kathleen play a string family, a fiddle, a cello, I think, or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, and a double bass. Then Charlie dances to fiddle, cello, and double bass beat. I mean, then Kathleen makes her own wind chime. Charlie rings different sized bells. Then Nathan decorates a didgeridoo. Then Tim tells the story about three animal friends, a cat, a rat, and a dog that make junk instruments. A ferret hears their music and she wants to join them, but she doesn't have any instrument. Yeah, but then she tries to find something in the end, so she tries something feet. That was cute. I liked how it was a bit problem solving. I liked that. It's sort of like Giving Kathleen Signet, but in the story, I liked that as well. Then last two episodes we got few last episodes we got are music and sports. I liked how they mixed two different themes, but it was probably a bit too overwhelming to be honest. But I'll still give it that. So Nathan looks for a sport to practice in the Hi-5 games. Charlie gets ready for the Hi-5 games also, and then everybody else. Then Chats helps Kelly do a rainy day workout. Nice. Then Charlie also does the rainy day workout too. Then Tim and the Hi-5 band go on an egg and spin race. Yeah, I love that activity. Then Charlie pretends to juggle with eggs. Then Chop turns Kathleen's drawings. Chop turns Kathleen's drawing into origami animals, and she copies their poses. Charlie does the same poses of the animals. Then Kelly tells the story about three animal friends, a hippo, a croc, and a lion that are always lazing until a bird motivates them to do exercises. Yeah, I felt like this was probably the most lazy story we ever got. Even the bird that was trying to motivate them, giving the motivation, was kind of lazy. There was not any good execution properly into that. But you know what? I don't know. I don't mind. Otherwise, I don't mind. But they shouldn't have done that properly, and they should have done it better. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's still good. But the last episode we got is silly music. Well, it is going to be silly in a moment. This last episode of season 2. So Nathan makes his own silly musical instruments. Charlie pretends to play musical instruments also. Kathleen finds sounds in water, spoon, orange juice. Sorry, there's a lot of information going on. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Phew. So then after Charlie's segments, Kathleen finds sounds in water, spoon, orange juice, and yogurt. That's a lot of information to say. Phew. And Charlie feels very fizzy. It's also included in its party album, the Fizzy Songs of the Weeks. Nice. So then after that, Tim, Nathan, Kelly, and Kathleen make silly sounds together. Charlie makes the same silly sounds. Then Chats plays to guess Kelly's funny instruments. Then Charlie plays a kazoo, some cymbals, and a slide whistle. Yeah, this episode was probably also way too overwhelming, but I liked the engagement in this, so nah, but it was also way too overwhelming, I can't. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a boy who loves to sing in the bath. By the way, he does sing Dream On. Yeah, he does, yeah. It's blue highlighted, so yeah. So his brother asks him to sing along with his band, where Charlie and Kelly are in, but Nathan just sings awful on stage. Oh my gosh. I didn't like that. Yeah, so this last episode to be filmed and released in full screen. What? Why would there have to be a tree on this wiki fandom? I don't get it. Yeah, I also felt like they should have also done better with the sharing stories. Like, that's why, like, I don't know, but I still gave it a B because it still gave me some music themes and vibes to it, and themes, yeah, I said that. But it gave me a musical activity, like, they gave me a lot of musical activities, so that's the reason why I put it in B tier. So stay tuned, next part, Series 3 is coming up next. This is going to be the biggest video ever. Oh my goodness. And we had just only talked about a lot. And barely not even halfway there. Rarely halfway there yet. Oh my gosh. It's a lot.